Eureka also in the right lane.
What a delightful afternoon of weather across St. Louis. Plenty of sunshine. 73 for the high temperature. Tonight, clear and chilly. Will quickly drop into the 60s for evening plans. 47 for the low. Friday, sunshine, 78. 58 Friday night, so a little bit warmer. The weekend, all about sunshine. And it's also going to be a little bit warmer. Saturday, 81. And Sunday, 84. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM. KMOX.
We've got sunshine. It is 70. I'm Michael Calhoun, KMOX News.
The Dave Glover Show is sponsored by the Michaels Flooring Outlet, the flooring experts. IGotFloored.com.
Good afternoon, St. Louis. DJ Ask 104.1 FM KMOX. Happy Thursday to you. We're playing that one in the band.
Oh, cool.
And I can either sing it, play guitar, play drums. And my voice is high enough to sing it, but it's Michael McDonald. So driving home every night, I'm like, yeah, you. And I'm like,
are you trying to get there?
Trying to do it. It's like, I think I'll let Farver do that. It's a fun drum song, though.
That's one of the most unique voices.
Yeah.
Like you hear it, you know it.
You know who it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great voice. St. Louis guy.
Is he?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yep. Has St. Louis connection.
Look out.
Not sure whether he's from here or just lived here for a while, but yeah.
He just visited one time.
Yeah, he came through, went to the orange.
Oh, that's enough.
Good news. I slept last night.
Yeah.
Awesome.
What a gift. What a gift that is for people. Will, I'm going to assume you're like this. Maureen's like this. Several people I've known in life, they lay their head on the pillow, they're out.
Yep. Most of the time.
5 years I would take off my life to have had that, I think. Isn't it funny? Like, I ended up dying at 11 years old. If every time I said,
I'd give up 5 years
I'd
for
give
this.
up this if I just had that. Like, if God's keeping track, he's like, okay, heart attack, so you're smote.
It's got to be genetic. Because, like, my dad has that same thing where he falls asleep anywhere, like on a plane, on the couch, something's going on.
Yeah.
He doesn't sleep soundly, though. He wakes up all the time. I sleep like a bear. Like, if I don't have my alarm turned up super loud, it won't wake me up.
Yeah. My dad was hit the pillow and be asleep, and my mom was like me.
Yeah.
Yeah, she struggled.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Yeah, my mom definitely has more of that sleep thing than the rest of us, but I also have a rule that I don't have a bedtime. I go to bed when I know I'm at that point.
You're a big boy.
Well, you said it very braggadociously.
Like a bedtime, yeah.
I don't have a bedtime.
Well, you're right. I did say that like an 8-year-old.
I
get to stay up for Johnny Carson.
Yeah, on Saturdays, I don't even have to go to bed. If
No,
I, don't
I
want
watch
to.
Saturday Night Live every week.
If my mom's not there, I can take
Okay, what were some of the things you were allowed to do? Like, for me and my brother, we could only watch The Simpsons if my dad was home. I don't know why. I mean, I guess it was the rule because my mom generally didn't want us watching it, but it was like, okay, your dad says yes. Did you guys have stuff like that?
Yeah, you know what that just made me think of? I don't think I've ever really clocked this before, but my mom and dad were so hands-off in parenting in so many ways. Like, I watched horrible horror movies when I was 6, and they just walk through and I'd be watching The Omen and they'd be like, I don't enjoy it.
He loves that stuff.
But they were so serious about me not watching a minute of the sitcom Soap because Billy Crystal was gay. Like, that's where they drew their line. I could watch The Exorcist and ruin my life, but God forbid I see a character on television who's gay. That was their bridge too far.
That was definitely, I mean, it's probably still like that, but it's definitely a U.S. thing, and it was an era thing where it was perfectly acceptable to see a person eaten by a shark, to see a Freddy Krueger just stab someone with his, knives for fingers, but don't ever see a boob.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We can't have that.
That's so true.
Can't have that.
Yeah. It's like, well, what if they're cutting a boob off? Well, that's okay.
Yeah.
No, even then it should be covered.
Just so long as it's not sexual.
Yeah. I mean, seriously, like, I don't remember when I was a kid ever being pulled out of a theater or having a movie or something turned off because of anything to do with scary, gross, violent, whatever.
Yeah.
But man, every time there was some form of any nudity, it was like, that
Yeah.
one's off. We're going.
Trish Gazelle tells a great story of going to see an officer and a gentleman with her mom and dad
Oh.
when she was a teenager.
Yeah.
And they showed Deborah Winger's breasts and they grabbed her and picked her up and made her leave right in the, in the middle of the movie.
It's like, it's interesting,
Yeah.
to say the least.
Yeah.
You wonder why we're a little messed
Yeah.
up.
No, my mom and dad were pretty strict about bedtimes. Like I remember if I sat up in bed, I could see the living room television at an angle and I would sneak watch the Johnny Carson monologue. And then it was a big deal. I was probably 12 or 13. They said you can stay up and watch the monologue and then you go to bed.
Oh,
So that was,
yeah. I remember as a kid that bedtime was generally 9, like on school nights and stuff. And it got longer the older you got.
Yeah.
But it was never really bedtime. I mean, like you're listening to the radio, you're, get your little headphones on under the blankets.
No,
You're trying to
not
hide
me.
it. Oh, yeah.
no.
That's how that's no joke. In the summer, that's how I listen to Cardinals games on KMOX.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love when you talk about that, Wheels, about listening to the radio when you're supposed to be sleeping, because I would do the same thing. I would have my headphones on and I would have it turned down super low
Yep.
to where you can't even hear it out
And
of
then
the
you could hear your
headphones.
door open too.
Yes.
You guys were bad kids.
We were
We're
terrible.
bad.
We were causing all kinds of
I'd have
ruckus.
been way too afraid to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
you-
see, I was okay because I knew by that time my dad was already out.
Yeah.
He was the only one that was going to bring the pain. Mom would have just told me to turn it off.
Right.
But dad was already out because he was probably getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning to go to work.
Speaking of getting up early, the interview I did yesterday for KDNL is going to be on tomorrow morning at 5:30 a.m. So I expect everyone to give me a report.
All right.
And then it'll be on YouTube in a couple weeks, and we'll put a link up. So
There you go.
And thank you to Sarah Fensky from St. Louis Magazine. She interviewed me this morning, and that's going to come out on STL Magazine online.
awesome.
So,
Sweet.
which you're a big fan of, right, Rach?
I really love Sarah's work. I think she's just a great person to have in media in St. Louis. I read this St. Louis Daily every single day. So
Yeah, we had a good time. It's the first time I talked to her. She's very cool. Let's get her on the show, Andrew.
Okay.
Yeah, she's really neat. I'm excited. Guess what I'm going to do this summer? Nick and I are going to go to Chicago, see Rush, and then the next day go to a Cubs game.
All right.
that sounds awesome.
Doesn't that
All right.
sound great?
Yeah, that's a pretty good day.
Yeah,
Well, 2 days.
not bad. Take the train up.
So where's Rush playing?
No idea. Don't know.
It's going to have to be big, right? It's going to have to be like
Yeah, I don't know what
United Center.
I don't know what the facilities are there.
But it's not Wrigley.
No,
It can't be because they're home
'Cause they're
playing.
home
right?
playing.
So it might be Soldier Field.
could be.
Rush is big, so
I'm wide open.
that's an interesting question. Like, it'll be an arena though. It ain't gonna be.
Yeah,
Maybe it's their version of Hollywood Casino Amphitheater,
could be.
because that place is not too far from Chicago. It's just south.
Man, their drummer. They have a female drummer, Annika Niles, I think her name is. Something like that. She's German. I'd not heard of her. Jeez.
It's supposed to be
the
a bit of a
new-
phenom, right?
She is a monster.
The new Rush drummer. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
She's incredible.
Well, you kind of have to be
Yeah,
to
should have to
Yeah.
play in that band.
Yeah.
Especially
I like that they went that way, though. That they didn't get like Dave Grohl or, you know what I mean?
You
Like,
get a famous drummer. You got
they got
you
a
got a good drummer,
virtuoso.
right?
yes.
I mean, most have wowed him because I remember after Neil died, they were like, "Yep, that's it. We're hanging it up forever."
Yeah.
So it must have been very impressive to make them go, "Okay, yeah, maybe."
Very human story of Rush. You know,
Mm-hmm.
like I saw the guys interviewed and they said, we just flat out miss playing. And we didn't want to do it out of respect for Neil. And then we spoke to Neil's family and they were like, oh, you got to be kidding me. Neil would be all for it. Get back out there.
Oh, cool.
Oh,
So the Rush show, is that the show you took Nick when he was little and then you guys wanted to leave early or something?
So I have a pattern. My kids love to make fun of me for this, of leaving in the middle of things. And Feme's big one is when I took her to see Shrek at the Fox Theater and we left at intermission and she was little. And she goes, yeah, I was wondering why it ended when, like this scene.
Oh, so you didn't tell her we're just going.
No.
You're just like, it's over.
We just left.
We're like, all right, bye.
And she goes, now I know what happened because Dad bought me like 5 Shrek toys in the lobby of the Fox. And he was just trying to
He's
mollify
buying
me.
you off.
Another time I took Nick camping out at like Castlewood State Park or something. And I just didn't want to spend the night. So we built a fire and we had hot dogs and I started working him. He was like 10. I'm like, man, wouldn't it be great to sleep in our own beds? Like, and Nick's like, oh, I don't know. I kind of want to sleep in the tent we put up. I'm like, well, that's one way to go. And Maureen was having a Pampered Chef party. And we just walked in the middle of it.
Like, we're back.
And then I took Nick to see Rush. He was a little drummer. And I made him leave before Neil Peart did his drum solo.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm just a bad person.
You just can't make it through a thing.
I just can't. I was in that way. In many ways, I am very young for my age. Always have been. And in other ways, I'm very old. And from the time I was like 38, the whole parking thing got to me. Where I'm like, we better get out there. That parking's going to be hell to get out of tonight.
Yeah. I definitely have that vibe if it's a thing I don't care that much about.
No, even the stuff I care about.
Oh, so yeah, there's stuff I care about. I'm there till the end. I'll suck it up.
I don't know why that is such a something I just can't imagine. Like sitting for 10 minutes in traffic to get home. Like, who cares?
Man.
Traffic does suck,
Like, as an example, though, that is specifically a reason why I would never come back downtown for fireworks. Like getting out of the parking garage. Last time we did it, it was like an hour and a half just to get on the highway. And that'll stop me. But if that was for like a Cardinals game, it wouldn't stop me. I like baseball. So, if I care enough, I'll deal with it.
Yeah. When we had the gentleman on the other day, who's the autism ambassador, we were talking about, loud sounds and things like that. And when I was little, my sister and her husband, Ed, would take me to the circus. And as soon as it started, I was ready to leave because of the cannon. I didn't want to hear the cannon shoot the guy out of the cannon.
Gotcha.
And I remember distinctly going to like Belleville or something, and we left a little late. And I was literally, God, why do I tell people these things? I was literally laying in the floor of the back seat with my hands over my ears, waiting for the cannon shot.
Really?
Little freak.
I don't know, man. Noises are a thing. Like my kid did not like that either. Had a hard time going to movies when she was little.
Which I get.
Yeah.
But the part that I was always sort of ashamed of was how it ruined the entire event.
Mm.
And I would just be like, let's just go. Let's just go. I'm afraid about this. Let's not do this. Because I've always kind of been like that. When I was in line to see Santa Claus the first time, first of all, he landed in a helicopter in
crazy.
South Roxana.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty weird.
It's a rich Santa.
Yes. And they had like a little house, little chalet. And just the buildup of waiting in, there's just too much.
Yeah.
Like, I get it. Like at Christmas time now, when I'm out and I see kids crying on Santa's lap, I'm like, yeah, it's worse than you think. You just keep crying, kid. You got the right approach. What are you going to do?
Mm-hmm. Not go see Santa.
Tell you guys about Michael's Bats. Mike is a great guy. Very easy to talk to, very easy to work with. Like, as soon as you talk to him or meet him, you're going to go, okay, I got it. Now I know why Dave was so high on this guy. Just sort of a working man, talks plainly, tells you the truth. He has no need to embellish or exaggerate or fib to you or straight out lie to you about what's going to happen or when it's going to happen. He does this all the time. He has about 10 crews out there working. The advertising with DGS and KMOX has been really good for him. He competes with Bath Fitter and 3-Day Kitchen and Bath. He's usually about half of what they're going to be for better products, and he will show you. He will show you their products. He'll show you his products, and you're going to prefer his every single time. If you're a disabled veteran, you can get a bathroom remodel for very little or no money out of your pocket. Michael does them every week. 636-775-0800, michaelsbaths.com.
Weather sponsored by Renner Garage Door, forward and back, RENNER.
Cardinal Cowboy here. Renner Garage Door has brought cheers to their fans for decades with the best styles, cutting-edge tech, and good old family values. Get your free repair or replacement quote today. Forward and back. Giddy up!
RENNER, RENNER.
At California Psychics, we know that when you haven't found love, it feels like everyone else has. Every movie has a love interest. Every song is a love song. Where are all the songs about cats or the joy of early bedtimes? And of course, the PDA. Looking for love sucks. Thankfully, California Psychics can give you the guidance you need to help you find the one. We connect you with the very best. In fact, 98% of the psychics who apply to work with us don't make the grade. That's why we can guarantee if your reading isn't life-changing, it's free. Download the app or connect with us at CaliforniaPsychics.com. Right now, new customers receive 20 minutes for just $20. So you could be feeling all lovey-dovey real soon. Experience the joy of certainty. California Psychics.
If you're one of the millions of Americans behind on your taxes, if you're afraid to open your mail because IRS collection letters could be coming, listen carefully. The IRS is cracking down, taking paychecks, freezing bank accounts, revoking passports. That's a fact. But here's what most people don't know. There are official tax relief programs designed to help struggling taxpayers. Programs that could save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief. Optima's award-winning team will fight to protect your paycheck, your passport, and your property. Their tax attorneys and licensed tax professionals will work tirelessly to get you the best deal possible with the IRS. Every day, penalties and interest keep piling up, so don't wait. Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Call 800-348-0269. 800-348-0269. 800-348-0269.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
This is Debbie Monterey, and if you or a loved one needs some extra assistance to age comfortably and safely at home, look no further than Ever True Anywhere Care. Formerly Lutheran Senior Services, their team walks alongside you every step of your journey. Whether it's navigating a dementia diagnosis or handling end-of-life care and bereavement, they offer world-class caregivers right here in St. Louis. Call 314-597-6498 or visit evertrueanywherecare.org.
KMOX is now on 104.1 FM, the same great station with even better sound.
Welcome back, guys. DGS 123. You can watch us do what we do if you go to YouTube or Facebook. Sandra says that Rush is at United Center. Cool. Be my first time there. Austin Miller says that he's been listening since 2014 when he found the show on his way home from his very first job interview, and he's been listening daily ever since. Cool.
That's cool.
Hope he got the job. So I'm not an inconsequential media person, but last night I felt real power. Real power. I was listening to Rush Hour Sports. I texted Kevin and Matt Pauley a question, and they talked about it when they came back from break. You should have seen me in my rented robe.
Well, the good news was you hit on something that was part of the conversation anyway.
Don't tell me that.
So good. No, your timing was good. It showed you're listening and paying attention. You played right into the show.
We actually didn't see that message until way later.
No, we acknowledged it. We even announced that it was because of your question. It was perfect timing.
Good.
Because it fit right in with what we were talking about. We were talking about the pitching and whether or not you might consider non-tendering a guy like Andre Palante rather than paying him what you'll owe him in arbitration for what he did last year. And we're just talking about who could fill in, how does that work, what pieces are available. And then you mentioned Liam Doyle. It just means not offer him a contract.
We're gonna be here all day.
It just means, it means you don't have to offer him a contract if you don't want to.
I knew the risks when
But
I
if you
asked.
offer him a contract, then you're bound by what an arbitrator says for the salary if you guys go to trial.
I have a new thing I'm watching on TikTok. It's
We're all bracing ourselves.
it's when people have someone walk their dog and then they walk on the other side of the street to see if their dog recognizes them.
Oh yeah, those are fun.
I just can't get enough of it.
Those are fun.
I just
I've seen a
love
bunch
the
of
look
those.
on the dog's face. He's like, "Hey!"
The dog's like, "What? What the what?"
That's mom.
Yeah, they always recognize you, man.
Out of context, though, it's kind of different.
Yeah.
Yeah, our dog growing up, he was a black lab. His name was Billy, and he would go far down the street and just go hang out with my neighbor Ray. Like they were just buddies.
That's
And
cool.
Ray a dog?
Billy and Ray. No, Ray was an adult man.
Okay.
And Billy would be down at Ray's house, and we'd be driving home, and we'd see him, and he'd be like, "Doo doo 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 doo," and then he'd be like, "Oh no, that's my mom's car," and like his whole demeanor would change.
He stops and looks.
Yeah, he would start like running alongside the car, barking at
That's
us.
funny.
It was very cute.
Growing up, we had exactly one dog in the entire town that I knew of, South Roxana, that was an indoor dog. It was Eddie O'Neill's dog, Jojo, that was a poodle, male poodle, that got his fingernails painted and little bows in his hair.
Oh, yeah.
La-di-da.
And I feel terrible. I've never been a bully or a giant jerk, but we would give Eddie so much trouble for his feminine dog. Like it wasn't JoJo's idea. Like
Well, it wasn't Eddie's either,
or
probably.
Eddie's.
Yeah.
And then he'd be like, "I don't know, man. My mom likes it." And I'm just like, "What up?" You know. But I like growing up that way. I had a couple of dogs, and they lived in the pen, 365. Like it just didn't matter how hot or cold it was. It was just like the dog's not coming in, and no fences. I can't remember a single fence in South Roxana. Just kids ran everywhere, dogs ran everywhere. Pretty cool.
Yeah. Sounds like fun.
You
I'll be
okay?
getting gassed by mosquitoes.
Are you a little off today?
I'm good. I'm good.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm good.
I feel like there's something going on.
It's all good.
There's
It's all
definitely
good.
something going
It's all
on.
Yeah,
good.
something's up.
It's all good in the hood. It's all good in the hood. We're all getting gassed by mosquito trucks.
He's hiding something. That's okay. We're gonna let you hide it. Which, by the way, this was kind of funny. After the Andrew rifling through Amy's personal notes, Amy's desk could not be cleaner. There's not
a thing on there.
Not a thing on
It looks
there.
like she
one
doesn't
thing.
work here anymore.
Yeah, it looks like she got fired.
All
Yeah.
of the stuff is
Like not one thing on the desk. After
Even the stuff that has been there for like years in the corner of the desk is now gone.
after the paper incident.
Yeah.
And then Amy
Which
rifled
she
through someone
insists,
else's stuff.
and then Amy went and rifled through Ranji's stuff, and she
Well-
insists
Well,
she
that's
wasn't.
okay.
Yeah.
She, what?
Well, that's Amy and Ron.
Those two can do that stuff.
This is a double standard that I'm not prepared for.
Tom Ackerman for Busey Bank and Building Community, proudly recognizing the Community Action Agency of St. Louis County. Known as CASTLE, the agency is one of a network of community action agencies coming together to transition people out of poverty towards self-sufficiency. CASTLE serves 44,000 people in St. Louis County every year. Learn more about the Community Action Agency of St. Louis County at caastlc.org. That's caastlc.org.
This is Blake Trevunza, Commercial Relationship Manager at Busey. The Community Action Agency of St. Louis County, also known as CASTLE, helps people move from crisis to stability. With housing, food, health, legal aid, education, and more, CASTLE empowers families to break the cycle of poverty. Take action yourself and find out more about CASTLE, the Community Action Agency of St. Louis County. That's what building community is all about. Join Busey. Get involved as we continue building the communities we call home.
Attention. Have you racked up $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is notifying consumers about significant debt relief options currently being made available to help those with overwhelming credit card debt. These options may reduce a large portion of credit card debt for those who qualify. You don't need to declare bankruptcy or take out a consolidation loan, and you may only have to pay back a fraction of what you owe, even if you have bad credit. National Debt Relief has already reduced the credit card debt for more than 550,000 consumers. So don't wait. If you owe $10, $20, or even $100,000 in credit card debt, you can now take advantage of this financial debt relief as the cost of living continues to skyrocket. To check what debt reduction you may qualify for, call 800-894-7722. That's 800-894-7722. Again, 800-894-7722.
Let's check in with Dave Murray's weather forecast.
It's a top 10 weather afternoon across St. Louis, all about fall. Plenty of sunshine. 73 for the high. Can't complain about that. Tonight, clear skies, a quick drop into the 60s. Chilly overnight, 47. Friday, sunshine, 78 Friday afternoon. Weekend is dry. The weekend is sunny. 81 degrees on Saturday, 84 degrees on Sunday. So a little bit warmer over the weekend. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
This report is sponsored by Overhead Door Company of St. Louis.
If you need a new garage door, this could be your lucky day. Entries are now open for the $5,000 sweepstakes at Overhead Door Company of St. Louis. A winner will be chosen at random to receive $5,000 towards new garage doors, openers, or front entry doors of their choice. Enter now at overheaddoorsstlouis.com.
Wake up informed. Wake up empowered. Wake up to Total Information AM, your morning must.
Hi, this is Debbie Monterey.
I'm Megan Lynch.
This is Tom Ackerman.
From local news to breaking headlines to weather, traffic, and the stories that matter most, we've got you covered before your first sip of coffee. Expert analysis, bright perspectives from the people you trust. Total Information AM. Your day starts here. Mornings beginning at 5 on 104.1 FM. KMOX.
Changing the weather.
Fall.
Changing the weather.
Weather.
Something's happening, yeah.
Temps turning cooler. Days getting shorter. We'll help you weather the weather with the latest forecast from 2 meteorologists and severe weather coverage when needed from the Saliga Heating and Cooling Storm Center.
Changing the weather.
The weather. We've got it covered on 104.1 FM KMOX.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Our firm handles hundreds of crash cases involving semi-trucks every year. A crash case involving semis is much different, and if you don't know what you're doing, you can leave lots of money on the table. Many times there is separate insurance for the cab and for the trailer. Sometimes there are actually layers of other insurances and excess insurance that some lawyers may not know about because they don't see that many cases. We see these cases every day. Also, there are federal laws governing the hours a driver may drive in a 24-hour period and logs that are required. A crash case involving a semi-truck is a totally different animal than a simple car crash. We have lawyers who only handle these cases. It's all they do. Rolling the dice with the wrong law firm can be disastrous. Call us on your cell phone at Pound Law, pound 529. It's so easy. Injured? Dial Pound Law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Dave Glover, celebrating 25 years.
Dave, Tom Ackerman, congratulations on 25 years. My radio brother, you just have this great sound and somebody that I absolutely follow on a daily basis. Just think you're great at what you do. Congratulations.
Sponsored by Law Office of Susan L. Ward.
David.
133 DGS. I had a food tragedy last night.
Oh, no.
Yeah. This will bother a lot of people. Some people will think, quit being such a baby. Other people will have to pull up the side of the road. So I ordered me a Whopper and some fries. Yes. Put it on a plate, squeezed a little ketchup on the side, went and sat on the couch, covered up in the blankets, got ready to do some show prep. I set the plate on the arm of the couch, reached back to get it, to put it on my lap, and put my thumb in the ketchup.
Okay.
See? Doesn't bother you.
Well, it does.
I love ketchup only in my mouth. Like when it touches my hands, ugh.
And your hand smells like ketchup for the next.
And you have to smell it.
2 or 3 days.
You have to keep smelling it just to check. You're like, nope, still smells like it.
Mm-hmm. No, I do not care for that at all, actually. I really hate that a lot.
You guys, have you ever known a human who non-ironically said catsup?
No.
Neither have I.
I think an elderly person in my life did. I'm trying to remember. Ketchup has never been a huge part of my life because I don't generally care for it. I like a little bit on a burger, not too much. But I think maybe one of my grandparents might have said catsup.
I've only ever heard Mr. Burns say catsup.
Are they two different things, or are they the exact same thing, just said differently? Ketchup
Same
and
thing.
catsup.
Same thing. Yeah, I think if I had fallen deeply in love with someone and then they said catsup,
Oof, no
I would have
thanks.
just had to end it.
Pass. That's grounds for ghosting.
Yeah.
Never,
Can't
never
go my
have
whole life hearing catsup.
no contact with that person ever again.
Speaking of food, I was watching a TikTok of this guy who's watching the Appalachian Trail, walking the Appalachian Trail.
Oh.
And he's in like day 65 or something. And he goes, I'm trying to make it to this little town, but I just don't think I have enough calories along with me to make it. And I thought, when's the last time in my life I didn't have enough calories to do something? I don't know that that's ever happened. Probably the when I was hiking in the Grand Canyon, when I was on Atkins.
Yeah.
That was what I bonked then. That's it. I got plenty of calories.
That's funny.
What do you want me to do? Push-ups? I can do it. I got calories.
Man, I always think of the show Alone, and that when they start getting into the
Yeah.
calorie thing, and they're like, "Yeah, I had 7 crickets yesterday, and that was a few hundred calories." Like, ugh,
Yeah.
no thanks.
And then they catch an animal and cook it and eat it, and they poop for a week
Yeah,
because they just.
Because your body's not. Yeah.
I saw an interesting thing today. A neurologist who studies REM sleep said that the brain is, in his opinion, incapable of creating human faces. So everyone you've ever dreamt of in your life, you have seen before.
interesting.
Yeah. I thought that was really fascinating.
I feel like I know most of the people in my dreams.
Do
Even
you?
if I, like in the moment, even if I don't like know them, if they're just like people that I've seen on TV or YouTube or whatever, I
Yeah.
feel like I will. I feel like I recognize those people as like, I know that person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Phoebe's home.
Oh, cool.
Yay.
Yeah, she intentionally never tells me when she's leaving Kansas because she knows the next 4 hours will be
Yeah, you'll be like, "Ugh."
completely incapable of speech. So
I can't believe this is her junior year.
I don't think she can either.
That doesn't sound right.
I think she's
Wait,
going to
really?
get things
Yeah.
in gear.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I thought it was sophomore. Oh my gosh.
Nope. I had a question for you, Wheels.
Oh,
Baseball question.
okay.
What do you think is about the longest a major league player goes using the same bat?
Oh, that's a great question. The longest?
He's done it
Like,
again.
could they go a season?
No, I don't think so.
Because it'll break.
Plus, it'll kind of wear out. Even if it didn't break, they kind of lose a little life when they get reused repeatedly. I don't know, man. That's a great. I'm gonna have to look that up, but I would bet a few games is normal. But I know that some get a little bit more out of it than that, and some can be your first at bat with it, and it shatters, and you're like, well, there goes that one.
What do you know about the uniform situation? Like, does the team? I assume the team launders.
Oh
all
yeah,
of
the
that.
equipment
That's-
guys. So when you get in, you just throw stuff in baskets, and then they wheel it to the
Okay.
laundry. Yep.
I wonder how many, like copies of a jersey they have for each player.
Oh, I'm sure several. I'm sure they have more than one, but they can also, like, they just have to put a name patch on it. So if like something gets torn or whatever, if you don't have a spare, just grab one of the ones without a name on it, put your name tag and number on it, and go.
You know, we should get someone on from the Cardinals who does this. Like, let's get a groundskeeper. Let's get someone who's a clubhouse guy. That'd be interesting.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Very fun conversation.
I was thinking about you last night, Wheels. I wrote down Bloom 3 hours because he gave his pitch to become the next president and gave a 3-hour presentation.
Yeah.
And I was thinking you would probably love to have been there.
I would kill to be in the middle of that. Just hearing it, seeing what exactly, hearing the details. Obviously that would never happen. No outsider is ever going to get that. But I mean, think about it though. When you're talking about a huge organization like this, and the ultimate goal being winning the World Series, it's going to take some time. And this kind of comes back to a broader topic that we talk about a lot, and that is things aren't simple. You know, people look at the Cardinal like, all you got to do is spend a little more. It's not all you got to do. There are a million small details you have to cover to get to being at a championship level and a sustainable playoff team year in and year out. So it takes 3 hours for a smart guy to outline. Here are all the things we need to do. Here are the deficiencies that I see. Here's the fix for those things. Yeah.
I was thinking about
That'd be
this.
great. Oh, I would love to be in
last
that.
night when you were talking about something similar on Rush Hour, that if you take the money that it takes to take a guy in the draft and develop them over 5 years and all the money you put into it and salaries and the whole bit, could it be just as cost effective to pay $20 million a year for a guy who's already established and gone through all that?
Not repeatedly, right? One time, maybe, you know, here and there. Sure. Absolutely. That's why you do that. That's why when you have someone like, say, when you developed Albert and you develop Yachty, that's why you never let them out the door. You know, you'll pay those guys because it's a known commodity. It's obviously they're elite players, but you never want to do that instead of the other. Because if you think about this, so let's say a first round pick and you're signing somebody who's going to get a $10 million bonus. So that's $10 million, but that $10 million is essentially spread out over all of the time until, and figuratively, not literally. Literally, it's a signing bonus. But if you think about how much you're going to get from them in their first 6 years of major league service, you know, that $10 million kind of goes to that. So their first 3 years in the major leagues, they're making the minimum. And if they're good, they're wildly outperforming what a minimum salary is. And then you start to pay them. And then when you add it all up, you know, at the end of it, let's say it's all $30 million, but that counts the years of player development and 6 years of being a productive big leaguer. That's not very much.
I have one more kind of
And
silly
that's if you're spending a $10 million bonus.
Yeah.
If you're talking about a guy that's more of a $500,000 bonus, well, boy, that's an even bigger bargain.
When guys come up to the plate, like for their first at bat, they tap the catcher on the shin guard.
Sometimes, yeah.
Right. But it pissed off Molina.
Well, it was because it was Brandon Phillips.
Okay.
Brandon
So
Phillips.
he knew it was an ironic tap.
Yeah, I don't know if I can say. I guess I can. I don't know. I don't know about it because it's all about context, whether I can say the word on radio or not. And I probably can't say it in the context that Brandon Phillips. But Brandon Phillips had used the B word in describing the Cardinals. And then he was all Mr. Friendly, and Yachty was like, basically, get that out of here. You're not talking crap about us, and then trying to be friendly, and then that started that whole brawl.
Was that one of the worst brawls?
That's the worst one I saw in person. I mean, that was the one where Jason LaRue got kicked by Johnny Cueto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How's he?
I don't know beyond that ended his career. Wow. You know, I haven't heard any big updates or anything like that since then. I don't know. I can always look to see, but I mean, what a crappy way for your career to come to an end. Concussions because you get kicked in the head during a brawl.
Yeah.
Part of the reason we don't want brawls, but also nobody should be trying to kick someone in the head.
By the way, you weren't here to hear this, and she's going to regret me saying this, but Rach told us today at lunch that she wants to get way more into the Cardinals next year.
All right.
Yeah, it's just a goal of mine to just learn more about baseball. And I mean,
You know how we could do that?
How so?
You and Andrew could switch offices.
Yeah, we could. Would you like to do that?
No, I don't.
But no, I mean, I would like to be able to just, I mean, I'm never going to be on the level that Wheeler is, but to just be able to keep up a little bit better. Like, yeah, I mean, I love going to games. I do really enjoy baseball. There's a lot to take in, so it's like a big project. But yeah, I would like to kind of immerse myself a lot more in the 2026 season.
We can keep the nerdy stuff out, just make the fun stuff.
I don't think you're capable of that, Kevin.
It's always in there, but you can try to smooth it out a little bit.
Just ignore it.
Well, the nerdy stuff is only fun if you're like really, like, unless you want to start analyzing potential free agent signings and trade.
She
candidates.
does. She mentioned that specifically.
Yeah.
That's exactly what she wants.
That's where my passion truly lies, I think, is that category.
Yeah, well, then we can work on that.
She wants to focus on high A ball.
High A ball and exit velocities, right?
Red Kingdom is back at FanDuel Sports Network Live in Ballpark Village. See every game on the largest screen in town. Don't
Don't forget about the $25 buckets, $5 cocktails, and the best tailgate food around. Grab your friends along with KMOX and huddle up for the games at the best watch party in town. If you can't make it, but don't want to miss it down, listen to the Chiefs on KMOX or KMOX on the Odyssey app. For more info, KMOX.com/events.
Join Mark Patrick seminars and lose the weight or stop smoking guaranteed. That's right, weight loss seminar at the Marriott St. Louis West in St. Louis at 11 a.m. Registration 10:30 a.m. Stop smoking seminar 2 p.m. Registration 1:30 p.m.
So I'm kind of a weird guy, as you know. When I go places I haven't been, even fun places like a new restaurant or back in the days when I used to travel and, go to resorts and things like that, I always wanted the most information I could get. And if you're like that, let me tell you, rather than being hyperbolic about Mike and Michael's Flooring, been with me for 24 years, here's what it's like. So 3 locations, and they couldn't be more flooring stores. They're not huge. They're not small. They're not opulent. They're not threadbare. They're flooring stores. They look exactly like flooring stores. You go in, there'll be more people working than are there probably because they're well staffed. Hi, how are you? Anything I can help you with? I would lead with, I heard about you on the DGS because for a quarter century now, most of their leads have come from this show. So they're going to roll out the red carpet, no pun, but they're not going to bother you. They're not going to chase you. They're not going to follow you. But when it comes time to say, you know what, I'm interested in this. I'm interested in the middle of the road, Coronet, Berber, XYZ. They'll give you their actual opinion, which another thing I love. I love going to a restaurant. Hey, what's good on the menu tonight? Chef really likes the halibut. So to me, it's the best way to shop. No one's going to hover, but no one's going to ignore. You can find the closest of the 3 locations to you by going to michaelsflooringoutlet.com.
Attention. Have you racked up $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is notifying consumers about significant debt relief options currently being made available to help those with overwhelming credit card debt. These options may reduce a large portion of credit card debt for those who qualify. You don't need to declare bankruptcy or take out a consolidation loan, and you may only have to pay back a fraction of what you owe, even if you have bad credit. National Debt Relief has already reduced the credit card debt for more than 550,000 consumers. So don't wait. If you owe $10,000, $20,000, or even $100,000 in credit card debt, you can now take advantage of this financial debt relief as the cost of living continues to skyrocket. To check what debt reduction you may qualify for, call 800-207-4545. That's 800-207-4545. Once again, that's 800-207-4545.
FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook, coming to Missouri soon. December 1st, finally, you'll be able to bet on all your favorite teams and all your favorite sports, and it could not come at a better time of year with football, basketball, hockey. It's all happening, and with FanDuel, tons of ways to get in on the action. You can bet on everything from the money line, over-under, bet the spread, or look to the future. Maybe you know who the MVP is going to be or win Coach of the Year, or what team's going to win the championship. You can do that with FanDuel. Plus, with live betting, you can even pick what player's going to score the next touchdown and the one after that while the game is going on. Download the FanDuel app and get familiar with it because the app will be live to use December in Missouri. You can see for yourself why FanDuel is America's #1 sportsbook. Visit FanDuel.com/Missouri to download the app. FanDuel, play your game. 21 and over and present in Missouri. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
I just texted my band that we should play some Foreigner.
Oh.
Heck yeah, dude. You should. I love Foreigner.
Telling you, like when we sent Voyager up there, we put like that gold record with Chuck Berry and here's what a man looks like, here's what a woman looks like. If you said let's just show them what a rock band is. I would send Foreigner.
Fun.
Yeah. Kev, you're awfully quiet about that.
It's not my choice, but it's a good one. I like them. Well, I like the ones I know. I don't know their deep cuts.
I don't know if I know. I bet I know 3 bands deep cuts.
Really?
I've just always been a hit guy.
I get you. Yeah.
Yeah. And you want to tell people about what happened in Haunted Mansion?
Yeah, a lady died on Disneyland's Haunted Mansion of all places.
Oh, so just that Haunted Mansion ride, that little.
Yeah, the Haunted Mansion ride. She got like scared to death, I guess. Reports are that it was cardiac arrest at some point. There's really, I'm trying to think. So I wrote this back in May. I'm trying to think of like what are the parts where somebody might be scared to death, and I can't really think of
She
any
may have just
because
had a
they're
heart
very.
attack.
Yeah, I was gonna say it may not have been scared to death. She may have just not
No,
been
it was
feeling
definitely the ghouls.
well. 'Cause there's that. It's not a really scary. It's only scary if you're a little kid.
No, and even then, I don't think it's really scary. It's not meant to be.
Yeah.
Terribly frightening. And I was thinking that the irony is that I rode this back in May, and the ride broke down while I was on it, and it was like the best part of the whole trip because it broke down during one very like dark part.
Yeah.
And it was just like it was a hot day, and it was like air conditioned in the ride.
Did you guys make out?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, it was me and my dad's friend Chuck. But no,
Those
it
guys
was,
are going at it.
we were like facing this bat that kept like springing out of the wall, like, and then it would go back in and it would spring out again because it's supposed to be moving, but the track was not working. So we were just like I was just laying there in the nice air conditioning, watching this bat jump at me over and over again. This is kind of fun.
I heard something kind of interesting last night. I pretended for a really long time that I knew martial arts. So I have a long history of stolen karate valor. But I was listening to this guy who teaches Krav Maga last night. And it's so simple, but it makes sense. He said, we're not teaching people to kick people's asses.
Yeah.
We're teaching them so that they can either free themselves from an attacker and run away or put up enough of a fight so that the attacker thinks to themselves, whether it's a rape or a robbery, this is more difficult than it needs to be. I can find an easier target. I'm going to stop this. I thought that was really interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, those things are much more about survival than they are about quote unquote winning a fight.
Yes. When I pretended to be a black belt, it was all about winning a fight. I just had the wrong mind space for my pretend black belt.
Yeah, I remember I never did karate in any capacity, but the idea of going from like first you're a white belt, then you're a green belt, then you're a yellow, or however it went, it just felt like the ultimate accomplishment in life.
It was
would
a
be
big
to
deal.
make it to the black
Yeah.
belt.
When I was a kid, big deal.
They tell you sometimes you wouldn't make black belt until you were like 40. You had to be doing it your whole life.
Then you have degrees of black belt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nothing cooler.
I missed out. I should have done that stuff.
I know.
That's what we needed.
Yeah, we need Kung
Yes.
Fu Wheeler going around karate chopping everybody.
It's the last thing we
Do
needed.
you remember when we were
He's the master of the
This had to
gorilla
be-
run style.
This had to be true when you were a kid, but it was when we were kids too. For whatever reason, we thought you could like actually doing a karate chop was a thing,
Oh, yeah.
and like we'd like hit each other like it barely even hurts.
Yeah.
Why do they do this? I smashed my damn finger.
I was worse than that. I just thought yelling "Hi-ya" was enough to scare people off.
Oh man.
I saw that AI promises within 5 years. Well, AI didn't promise, but the AI people think that within 5 years, we can all be down to a 3-day work week
Interesting.
by augmenting what we do with AI.
You just touched on something pretty interesting there, Dave. Oftentimes I do find myself thinking of AI as like one entity.
Already there. Yeah.
Yeah, like it's one thing, and we're all like ChatGPT itself has like the one answer to everything. I'm sure I'm speaking very ignorantly because I really don't know how it works. But yes, it's probably different for each person. It's not going to one like mothership of information. I assume
Yeah.
not.
I agree. I'm the same way, Rach. I don't know. I have barely a hold on it. Last night I was watching a TikTok where a guy was, I don't know if you've seen these, where a person asks ChatGPT or one of the other, platforms a question, and they asked about the afterlife. And it was like a 5-minute answer from the AI. And it was more interesting and smarter than anything I've ever heard a human say on the topic of the afterlife. It just,
well, I'm sure it was a collection of a bunch of very smart humans.
I think my point is that I know that as far as we know, AI is not sentient. It's not a life form yet, but it's certainly smarter than any of us, right? Just the fact that I know what I have managed in 61 years to take in from my education and my life experience, and it has the compendium of human experience in its little brain. So it'd have to be smarter than everyone.
I don't know if I could call it smarter.
It's like how
it's
like
a
how
different thing, right? That's
smart, right?
Smart is a human like actively being able to access memories that can unlock that have knowledge. It's right now AI is a search engine, but a really advanced one that can take a lot of information and not just show you the results, but then take portions of those results and form them into another answer.
AI is also not like truly critical of or capable of critical thinking, which is something that I attribute a lot of smartness to. Like, I think that's an important element of being a smart, intelligent person is the ability to use critical thinking skills well. And I don't think AI is capable of that. Yeah, maybe they will be.
Lombardo Homes, right?
Yeah, Lombardo is celebrating the grand opening of the Village at Twin Creeks in Cottleville. And this is coming up next Saturday, October 18th. So the Village at Twin Creeks is an exclusive community. They have just 9 estate-sized home sites available. And they have floor plans ranging from 2,600 to over 4,000 square feet. Plenty of room if you have a growing family or if you love to entertain. It's in a prime location. Walking distance to Main Street, Cottleville, with its shops and restaurants, and it has easy access. It's located west of Highway N and north off St. Charles Street.
I hope that if you guys build a house, you'll build it with Lombardo. But even if not, I think Lombardo is a great place to start if you are interested in building a home, because they can show you all of their dozens of communities. They can find your wish list for property and go out and find it for you and come back with 10 examples of, well, here's one out on Double D that has, 20 acres and horse corral and XYZ. So even if you're just going to kind of take advantage of them for their information, fine, take advantage of them. LombardoHomes.com.
Hi, it's Debbie Monterey. When I endorse a product or service on the radio, I take it very seriously and I do my research. I did that when I first met Gloria Liu with Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty more than 5 years ago. Gloria is here in studio today. So Gloria, I'll ask the same question I asked you when we first met. What sets you apart from other local agents?
Well, number one is my guaranteed offers. I'm so confident that I'll sell your home at 100% of market value, or I'll pay the difference. Number two is I already have the buyers, so your home may already be sold. I literally have thousands of buyers in my Buyers in Waiting program. This is how I'm able to create higher demand, more offers, and that means more money in your pocket.
Get to know Gloria Liu like I have. Upfront written guarantees with the least hassle. Call Gloria Liu at 314-325-6888, 314-325-6888, or GloriaHasTheBuyers.com. Gloria and seller must agree on price and possession date.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. Ever wonder why Big Wireless wants you on an unlimited plan? They probably want you to cover the cost of those 20-somethings using all that data every month. But most people 50 and up like me only use 12 gigs or less. Don't get bamboozled by Big Wireless. Switch to Consumer Cellular. Our plans start at just $20, and we use the same towers as the big guys. Join the millions who choose something better, because if you're not using all that data, you're probably getting used.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com/facts or a store near you. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio.
You've got got a ton of equity in your home. You're sitting on a gold mine. You could do so much with all that cash, like travel, invest it, or pay off debt, but you can't touch it unless you sell your home. But you really don't want to move. And besides, homes are sitting on the market for a long time these days. You're trapped, right? Well, not with TrueHold. With TrueHold, you can cash out your equity in as little as 30 days. And listen, you don't have to move. You can stay in the home you love as a renter. So that's TrueHold's Sell and Stay program. You cash out your entire home's value and stay put. TrueHold even covers property taxes, property insurance, and essential repairs. So imagine using that equity to travel, invest, or pay off debt and stay in your home. It's brilliant, especially in this slow market. You get an all-cash offer now by calling 1-855-300-9993. You can also visit TrueHold.com, the smarter, faster way to cash out on your home's value without moving. That's TrueHold.com.
Mid-America's most trusted voice for news. KMOX AM St. Louis. KMOX FM Hazelwood. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
At 2 o'clock, we've got sunshine right now. It's 72 degrees downtown at the Arch.
CBS News special report. The head of Hamas in Gaza says his group has received assurances from mediators and the U.S. that the war there has ended. At the White House a short while ago, President Trump said hostages could be released in just a few days.
That'll be a day of joy. I'm going to try and make a trip over. We're going to try and get over there. And we're working on the timing, the exact timing. We're going to go to Egypt, where we'll have a signing.
Edward Ahmed Mitchell is with the Council on American Islamic Relations.
President Trump has made it clear he does not want this violence to restart. He is personally invested in securing this peace deal, and he wants it to go all the way through. So we're cautiously optimistic, but still wary.
There are still a lot of questions about how Hamas will disarm and who will govern Gaza. Aid trucks, meanwhile, are waiting near crossings to enter the territory. CBS News special report. I'm Cammie McCormick.
It's day 9 of the government shutdown, and it's affecting hundreds of thousands of federal workers going without pay, staffing shortages, leaving some air traffic control towers unmanned, airports dealing with ground stops and delays. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy was asked about those delays and employees who've been calling out sick on Fox Business.
We need the best and the brightest, the dedicated controllers. And if we have some on our staff that aren't dedicated like we need, we're going to let them go.
Midwest Money is busier than usual this week with the price of gold hitting a new record high. Owner Barry Faintich tells our Stuart McMillan gold was hovering about $2,200 at the beginning of the year.
You're getting close to a 50% increase from the beginning of the year to where gold is now.
You ever seen that kind of jump in gold before?
Oh yeah, I've been in business for 55 years. I've been around when gold was $35 an ounce, and I'm seeing it today at the all-time high of $4,050 an ounce. So I've seen it all. We've seen booms and we've also seen busts. So hopefully this one stays for real.
More theme nights than ever before. That's one thing about the new St. Louis Blues season, which kicks off tonight at Enterprise Center. Megan Little with the Blues says they're also welcoming into the arena Crumble cookies.
They're going to have 4 different cookies at their stand every game, including one that is exclusive to Blues games, so you can only get it at Enterprise Center.
There's also a new gastropub with some elevated offerings. The home opening Blues Rally starts tonight at Union Station at 3:30. From the KMOX Business Desk, sponsored by Krentz Financial Group, KFG Advisors.com. Florida's largest grocery store chain will allow customers to openly carry firearms in its stores.
Publix made its announcement 2 weeks after an appeals court overturned the state's ban on open carry. Businesses now have the option to allow open carry on their property. At a Publix in Doral, Dominic Carissimi says he has a carry permit, but understands why some customers don't like the change.
It can cause unnecessary stress and anxiety.
Customer Erica McKeon is fine with it.
If you're going to carry a gun, I'd rather know that it's on your person than be caught off guard.
Florida's second largest grocery chain, Winn-Dixie, says it will not allow open carry in its stores. Michael Wallace, CBS News.
Dow from Steeples down 309 points. We've got road work on 364 going east at Maryland Heights Expressway in the right lane. Some debris on 270 north at 6440 west. That's on the right shoulder.
It's a top 10 weather afternoon across St. Louis, all about fall. Plenty of sunshine. 73 for the high. Can't complain about that. Tonight, clear skies, a quick drop into the 60s. Chilly overnight, 47. Friday, sunshine, 78 Friday afternoon. Weekend is dry. The weekend is sunny. 81 degrees on Saturday, 84 degrees on Sunday. So a little bit warmer over the weekend. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM. KMOX.
We've got sunshine. It is 72 downtown at the Arch. I'm Michael Calhoun, KMOX News.
Retirement shouldn't feel like balancing a checkbook while blindfolded. I'm Gary Goldberg, and my team helps you see the big picture so you can retire younger, richer, and with less anxiety. Because guessing is not a strategy. Tune in to Wealth and Wisdom with Gary Goldberg Saturday mornings at 7 here on KMOX.
The Dave Glover Show is sponsored by the Michaels Flooring Outlet, the flooring experts. IGotFloored.com.
Welcome back, guys. DGS 205. Time for the greatest radio guest of all time. Attorney Brad Young joins us a couple times a week. Hello, Brad.
Hey, Dave.
Had a couple of interesting pieces of sound for you to listen to. Not sure if you heard Stephen Miller. I'll tell you what it is before I play it, just so you can get the context of the silence. But he is talking about Donald Trump's powers, and he calls them plenary. Which if he had just kept going, no one would have cared because no one knows or cares what it means. But attorneys know that plenary is a big word, and plenary basically means total and complete. Everything.
Yes.
And so Stephen Miller says this on CNN and realizes he says it and then stops talking. And the Boris guy who's interviewing him is like, Stephen, you there?
I think we have technical difficulties.
Here's what it sounds like.
The president has plenary authority.
Stephen? Hey, Stephen, can you hear me?
And the whole time, Stephen Miller just stared at him. I thought that was pretty interesting, Brad.
Ooh. Well, it is. First of all, that guy's kind of a creeper, if I could say that. That's not legal analysis. That's just how I feel when I see the guy. But in reality, there are some narrow things where the president has plenary power, but it's not very much. It's very restricted because that's the entire concept of three branches of government, is that there's checks and balances. There's supposed to be checks and balances on all three branches, and no one single branch of government is supposed to have total, absolute, what we call plenary power. No branch of government is supposed to have that.
Do you have that other piece of sound from the president?
About speech?
Yeah.
Yes.
Listen to this one, Brad. This is something that Donald Trump said yesterday or maybe this morning.
We've made it 1 year penalty for inciting riots. We took the freedom of speech away because that's been through the courts, and the court said you have freedom of speech. But what has happened is when they burn a flag, it agitates and irritates crowds.
So what I hear the president saying there, Andrew didn't include everything I wanted, but basically he said over and over again, we took away the freedom of speech. The court said it was okay, but we thought because burning a flag incites violence that we're going to take away the freedom of speech, which I thought was kind of saying the quiet part out loud.
Well, sure. And there's two sides to this issue. So let me make sure that I break it down from both perspectives. On the one side, the courts held in 1989, I believe the case was Johnson versus Texas, 1989, where the Supreme Court held that freedom of speech includes the burning of the flag. I mean, I'll never forget that opinion from Justice Brennan, where he said, if there is a bedrock principle underlying the First Amendment, it is that government may not prohibit the expression of an idea simply because society finds the idea offensive or disagreeable. And that certainly applies to the burning of the American flag. I find it reprehensible, but it is speech. On the flip side, and first of all, an executive order, Dave, can never overturn, as you know, a Supreme Court holding. Never. It can't overturn a statute. It can't do anything. But on the flip side, that case of Johnson versus Texas, that was a 5-4 decision. And there's a different Supreme Court now than there was in 1989. So if you look at the cases related to the burning of crosses, the court has held multiple occasions that the burning of a cross is allowed, even though that is one of the most reprehensible forms of speech ever invented. And yet the court has said that's allowed unless, and this is what I think Trump's mediocre legal analysis is getting to. The Supreme Court has said that the burning of the cross is allowed unless it's being used for the purpose of inciting violence. And I think that's where he's coming from. So if the court would hold that the burning of the flag, the purpose does not incite violence, then with a different court, we might get a different outcome.
Question, this is maybe impossible to answer. How do you know what someone's intention is if it's an individual doing something?
Well,
unless they wrote down and said, I'm going to start a riot, watch. Unless it's blatantly obvious, how could you know their purpose?
Okay. Well, you can always determine motive by context. I mean, for example, lots of murders, the difference between first-degree murder and second-degree murder is oftentimes motive. And so you can determine a motive by the context of the act. So, Wheels, when you look at this, the several of these cross burning cases that have made it to the courts, the difference is if you're burning it, for example, if you're burning a cross on your own lawn, then that is not being done for the purpose of inciting violence or creating violence because you're burning it on your own property. Okay. You're just making a statement that would be protected. But if you go to an African-American's family and you burn it on their own property, then the purpose is to incite fear or to incite violence because of the context of the act. So let's apply it to the flag burning. If you're just burning a flag, I think that would, even under this court, it would be held to be free speech. But if you're burning it in the midst of, for example, all of the riots that we saw during George Floyd situations, where you're in the middle of a riot, or you're in the middle of something where violence is happening, like busting out windows with bricks and setting cars on fire, then contextually, you could argue that it was for the purpose of creating more violence in the midst of the violence in which you're already engaged in.
Brad, you and I have talked about privately and on the air many times that for the next 50 years minimum, every law student in America will be studying the Donald Trump era. I mean, he is pushing the envelope, which is not necessarily a bad thing. I mean, that's how democracy works. That's how we have the Civil Rights Act, is that African Americans refused to leave the lunch counter. They were arrested. They appealed. It went to the Supreme Court. And that's kind of what Donald Trump is doing. And he's saying, like, well, here's the way things are going to be. And the courts say that's not the way they are. And they go to the Supreme Court. What's happening in Illinois is such a test case, because on one side you have Donald Trump sending the National Guard to Illinois because it's a mess and an S-hole and all this stuff. And then you have Governor Pritzker invoking the 25th Amendment and saying that the president is literally insane and unhinged. And it's terrible. I wish none of it was happening, but it's also, you can't look away from it from a legal point.
No, you can't. And listen, let me summarize up what Pritzker's positions are. Some are valid, some are not. When he's calling for the 25th Amendment to be invoked. All right, that's ridiculous. Governor can't do that. Under the 25th Amendment, it can only be invoked to remove a president from office when it's done by, number one, the vice president, and number two, a majority of the cabinet. Now, there's no chance. There's a greater chance that I grow hair than there is for this to happen. Okay. So for calling for that invocation of the 25th Amendment, that's just political rhetoric. On the other hand, he does have some concerns. He's filed lawsuits about the troops coming to Chicago. I think that President Trump and his legal team are going to make sure that they're doing this under what's called Title 10, which allows for them to federalize the troops, but only for administrative functions, not for arresting people or going in with guns and doing things. All they can do really is protect federal property and do administrative activities under Title 10 of the U.S. Code.
And I'm not sure if you will have heard of this one yet, Brad. It just kind of hit the press. that a state legislator in Florida is forwarding a bill that every university in the state of Florida will have to name a road after Charlie Kirk or lose their federal funding.
I've not heard about that yet.
Yeah.
Is that just for today?
What do you mean?
I mean, did that news just break today?
Just today, yeah.
Oh, well, I was in trial yesterday and the day before, so I'm a little bit slow on catching up on that. But, there's obviously some issues on both sides of that. I mean, to require a naming obviously requires speech. It becomes an issue. I mean, just ask the cake baker guy from Colorado, where the government said you have to do this speech on a cake for a gay couple. And he said, no. Went up to the Supreme Court said, no, government cannot force speech. So that would be a forced speech issue, particularly if it would apply to private universities. I mean, they could take the position, you can't tell us what to name because that's a violation of the First Amendment.
Interesting. New York suing social media companies. Tell us about that.
Well, I find this interesting because, number one, this isn't the first time this has happened. Several school districts are suing, but in particular, New York is suing Facebook. They're suing Google, YouTube. They're suing Snapchat and TikTok. And basically what they're saying is that because these algorithms are addicting to children, that it becomes a public nuisance. It's a gross negligence, and they're asking for all the money to give mental health treatment to students, and they're asking that the algorithms be changed, or else the platforms cannot be used in the state, or in New York City. So none of these lawsuits that have been filed have played out in the courts yet, but it's interesting because it's an acknowledgement that we all know that these social media platforms are addicting. We do about it, and New York City is trying the course of litigation to do something about it.
And finally, Brad, I want to get your thoughts on the James Comey prosecution.
Well, the James Comey prosecution, he just entered his plea of not guilty. He's basically being charged with lying to Congress, and I think there's some validity to the charges because he testified in front of Congress that no FBI agents had leaked any information. And now we know that there was direct instructions from Comey to someone within the FBI to leak information related to Hillary Clinton's emails and I believe some other things. But here's what's interesting. I don't think that this indictment can stand because there's an unlawful appointment. The appointment of the predecessor had to expire, and in fact, it expired in May. And under the statute, only the district court can appoint someone to be the sitting district attorney, not the White House. The White House appointed Trump's personal attorney. So I think this whole indictment thing is going to fail on a technicality.
And finally, Brad, your law firm is now Harris, Young, and Kaiser, so you're moving up the letterhead.
Well, according to Amy Mark scores, I'm actually not, because the last person is the anchor. So I've moved from the end to the middle. Some of our partners have retired. Nothing's changed. We just redid the name of the lake that some of our partners are living in Florida and Martha's Vineyard.
I'll be glad when you get to your Martha's Vineyard stage. That's nice.
Yeah, I don't think I'd be going to Martha's Vineyard. I got to think about sharks.
All right, buddy. Thank you.
My pleasure.
It's easy to feel apprehensive about getting screened for cancer or to just keep putting it off. But Siteman Cancer Center wants to remind you how important it is, especially after the age of 40. And they also want you to know how easy it is to get it done. GetScreenedNow.com has all the information you need on cancers like prostate, breast, colon, lung cancer. You can also find out your risk of disease by answering just a few simple questions. And then you can find one of the hundreds of screening locations in the area. Even if you're a little farther out, there is probably a place near you. You have heard this before, but catching cancer early dramatically increases the odds of a successful treatment, especially with so many cancers showing up earlier in life. So do not be intimidated. Siteman will make the process as simple as possible. GetScreenedNow.com. Do it for your family and friends who count on you. Do it for yourself. Visit GetScreenedNow.com.
Hello, it's Lena Dunham. I host a podcast called The C Word with my dearest friend and historian of bad behavior, Alyssa Bennett.
What is up?
It's a chat show about women whose society is called crazy.
We're going to be rediscovering the stories of women's society dismissed by calling them mad, sad, or just plain bad.
Listen to and follow The C Word with Lena Dunham and Alyssa Bennett. Available now wherever you get your podcasts.
Feel like everything's clouded by doubt? Visit CaliforniaPsychics.com. Our psychics are available to talk 24/7, and we guarantee if it's not life-changing, it's free. Experience the joy of certainty. California Psychics.
Snakes, zombies, public speaking. The list of fears is endless. But the real danger is in your hand when you're behind the wheel. Distracted driving is what's really scary and even deadly. Eyes forward, don't drive distracted. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free timeshare exit information kit. 800-384-9393. That's 800-384-9393.
If you or anyone you care about is facing a family legal matter, call Cordell & Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL.
There's a lot on the line in divorce. This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell, the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. Divorce touches all areas of your life: your home, savings, retirement, and of course, kids. So when you find yourself facing divorce, you need a partner you can count on.
If you or anyone you care about is facing divorce, contact Cordell & Cordell today. With over 100,000 clients served, we understand the challenges you're facing on a personal level. Call Cordell & Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL. That's 1-855-GET-LEGAL. The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements. 600 Kelwood, St. Louis.
The Musial Awards celebrates its 20th year on Saturday, November 22nd at Stiefel Theater. You can be in the audience for this nationally televised event hosted right here in St. Louis. It's a night to be entertained and inspired. Tickets at MusialAwards.com.
Renewal by Anderson is the #1 window and door brand for customer service. Schedule your free inspection today. Just dial pound 250 on your phone and say the keyword Windows. That's pound 250 keyword Windows, or head to rbastl.com.
News, talk, cars. 104.1 FM KMOX.
Welcome back, guys. DGS 222. So, Wheels, you have some sort of mop-up stuff on the Brad Young segment that you,
I didn't have time.
Didn't want to jump in.
Yeah, I mean, he had so much stuff that he was doing, and it wasn't questioning anything he said. It was more of an add-on with relation to the government's ability to restrict freedoms, right? So if the government is going to be, if we're going to accept this, and I don't know what the Supreme Court would rule, so we don't know for sure, but if we're going to accept that, you're going to say, okay, yes, burning a flag is speech, but if you're using it to incite violence, then it's not okay. Okay, so we'll make that exception, and there are people that seem to be okay with that. I'm not. I don't think we should be infringing on any speech, and I know that that's a very emotional issue. It pisses me off too. I don't like it. That's the stuff you see overseas. That's the stuff you see from terrorists, right? I don't like it. But that's the point.
Which parenthetically, let me just make the point again. That's the speech that's protected.
That's right.
Supreme Court has very outwardly said we have to protect the most heinous speech.
If I saw someone trying to burn a flag, I would try to run and take the flag and get it out of there. That's how I feel about it. But they should still not be prosecuted for that action. But at the same time, we'll make that exception, and we're okay with making exceptions on the First Amendment, but we will not accept any on the Second Amendment.
Yeah.
So bringing a weapon to the same angry protest or doing it the same way, not using it, not shooting someone, but using it to make a point or waving it around, would that not be an exception? Yeah, under the same, if we're making
the same logic,
if we're trying to make an apples to apples logical comparison, because the flag isn't going to hurt anybody. That gun might. Now, again, the gun is not doing it by itself. It would be the person, but it's still that's an overt threat. If someone's at a rally and they're waving a weapon around, I don't care if it's a machete, right? I mean, that's clearly a physical threat of some kind, even if it's not being used in that moment. You can see why people would perceive it that way. Mm-hmm. So are we going to make exceptions for that?
I had a question for you guys, and it's a big, huge philosophic question. We have about 3 minutes left, but it's looking like there may be a deal between Israel and Hamas. Now, we've been close before, and something always goes awry. So, it's not there yet. The hostages have not been released yet. Nothing has actually happened yet, but let's assume that it's going to. So I'm 61 years old, and in my entire life, there's really never been a lasting peace in that area. To what degree do you guys have reasonable hope? We all have hope. It would be wonderful if people got along in the Middle East and no one was killing each other and suicide bombs. And that would be wonderful. But I have to be honest, my emotion is, we'll see how long this lasts.
Yeah, I mean, it could put a stop or reduce this current conflict, but I don't think it stops anything long term. I mean, these things, how long have these disputes existed in the Middle East?
Hundreds of years.
And again, right now, that dispute is largely Israel and surrounding Muslim populations in various countries, right? And only certain groups of people in those countries are the ones causing the problem.
True.
It's certainly not everyone.
No.
But, I mean, we've been doing this for thousands of years with crusades and this war and that war and fighting over the land over there. I mean, it's been going on forever. Why would I think anything is going to be permanent?
Yeah, I mean, I tend to agree with that. This is also not the first time that we've been told a ceasefire is coming with this particular conflict. Yeah. That's been floated out before and seemed like a done deal before. So I truly hope that this one sticks. But as far as Wheel says, long term, I don't see that ending permanently anytime soon.
Yeah.
Those claims are just not going to go away. And when you tie big issues into people's personal belief systems and through religious traditions that have been passed down for thousands of years, in all cases, like Christianity, Islam, Judaism, all of them, how is a treaty going to change all of that? But again, it might just be as simple as we got to put out the fires as they pop up, and that's the best we're going to do.
That's very true. Just encourage you to reach out to Dr. Kathy Maupin and take a blood test if you are considering doing something about your hormones. She is a medical doctor. She is also a patient. Her story, which she's very open about telling, is that, 20 years ago, something like that, she had a hysterectomy, and it really messed with her hormones, and she ended up in bed for about 6 months, depressed and gaining weight, and she found a doctor who did the 20-year-ago version of the testosterone pellets and came right back And now I think she said she just turned 70 and she looks like $1 million and she has amazing energy. So she is just a real example of what the pellets can do for you. I've been getting them for about 6 years. My buddy Trish Gazelle's been getting them about the same amount of time from Dr. Maupin. Right next door is BioBalance Skin, which is very cool. It's very upscale med spa feel to it, but everyone's really cool. And I'm trying to say by that, they're cool. You're going to like them. They're fun. They're funny. You're going to feel very comfortable. You're not going to feel intimidated. You're not going to feel embarrassed. So whether it's the pellet side or the skin side, check them out at biobalancehealth.com.
Wake up informed. Wake up empowered. Wake up to Total Information AM, your morning must.
Hi, this is Debbie Monterey.
I'm
Megan Lynch.
This is Tom Ackerman. From local news to breaking headlines to weather, traffic, and the stories that matter most, we've got you covered before your first sip of coffee. Expert analysis, bright perspectives from the people you trust. Total Information AM. Your day starts here. Mornings beginning at 5 on 104.1 FM. KMOX.
This is Debbie Monterey, and I really want you to know about the trusted services that EverTrue Anywhere Care provides to older adults who want to age successfully at home. Formerly Lutheran Senior Services, their team of experts specializes in orthopedic care. They also have licensed nurses for in-home support and trained caregivers to help with household tasks like meal prep and medication reminders. Call 314-597-6498 to learn more or visit evertrueanywherecare.org. evertrueanywherecare.org.
Let's check in with Dave Murray's weather forecast.
It's a top 10 weather afternoon across St. Louis, all about fall, plenty of sunshine, 73 for the high. Can't complain about that. Tonight, clear skies, a quick drop into the 60s, chilly overnight, 47. Friday, sunshine, 78 Friday afternoon. Weekend is dry. The weekend is sunny. 81 degrees on Saturday, 84 degrees on Sunday. So a little bit warmer over the weekend. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Brought to you by Duke's Mayonnaise.
This is the Duke's Country Song. It's a song about the best mayo. It has a yellow lid, and its full name is Duke's Mayonnaise. Get Duke's Mayo at Hannaford. It's got twang.
Attention. Have you racked up $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is notifying consumers about significant debt relief options currently being made available to help those with overwhelming credit card debt. These options may reduce a large portion of credit card debt for those who qualify. You don't need to declare bankruptcy or take out a consolidation loan, and you may only have to pay back a fraction of what you owe, even if you have bad credit. National Debt Relief has already reduced the credit card debt for more than 550,000 consumers. So don't wait. If you owe $10,000, $20,000, or even $100,000 in credit card debt, you can now take advantage of this financial debt relief as the cost of living continues to skyrocket. To check what debt reduction you may qualify for, call 800-894-7722. That's 800-894-7722. Again, 800-894-7722.
Guys, December 1st is coming up, and that means you'll be able to participate with America's #1 sportsbook, FanDuel. You can check it out. Go to FanDuel.com/Missouri. You can download the app right now. It's very easy to get it all set up. So when December 1st rolls around, you'll be able to go play and bet on all your favorite teams and all your favorite sports the way that you want to. Because with the FanDuel Sportsbook app, there are just a bunch of ways to do it, right? The old school, money lines and over-unders and just point spreads, which is where I spend most of my time and maybe mixing in some parlays there. But I'll tell you, I've been getting into live betting. I did this a little bit when I was out of town over the summer. I was up in Michigan, and I could use the app up there. I've been with FanDuel. I've had the FanDuel Sportsbook app for years and years. I don't know, probably 7-8 years. But was only able to play when I was out of town, when I was up in Illinois or when I was in Michigan or wherever. There are a lot of places around here where it's been legal for a while. And finally, on December 1st, I get to do this in the comfort of my own home, and you can join me. But what I'm saying is, like, with the live betting, which I got to do a little bit over the summer when I was out of town, you can kind of play along with a game in real time. So if you have a feel for the game, I think this guy's going to get the next hit or hit the next home run or score the next touchdown. You can play along as well. So a lot of ways to play. Find out for yourself why FanDuel is America's #1 sportsbook by going to FanDuel.com/Missouri. You can download the app there and get yourself all set for December 1st. FanDuel, play your game. 21 and older and present in Missouri. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Dave Glover, celebrating 25 years.
Hey, Dave, happy 25th. It's George Mahey, proud senior member of the DGS. Hey, my message is simple. Keep doing what you're doing because you're the best in the business.
Sponsored by BioBalance Health and BioBalance Skin.
Welcome back, guys. DGS 234. Another gorgeous day out there. Hope you guys realize how much we appreciate you hanging out with us every day and on the stream and giving us your thoughts. We use a lot of it for the show, so keep them coming. Let's do a little DGS happy hour.
Ooh, sounds good.
I'm going first.
Go on.
Okay. This guy needs to be the new face of Stanley. A guy showed up to jail with a full-size thermos up his butt.
Oh, my God.
A thermos.
What were in the thermos?
Nothing. It was empty.
Oh, he just wanted it.
Yeah, I think he just wanted it to use in jail.
Yeah, he's like, well, it's going to be...
Two things.
My dude, what are you doing?
I don't understand the criminal mind.
No.
And I evidently don't understand how anatomy works.
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you'd think they'd be able to tell as soon as he walked in that something was something was going on.
Be walking weird.
I have a thermos and a butt.
Yeah.
And I have to tell you, it's never crossed my mind.
No.
That's not coming out.
I wonder if he was...
it'll go in. It's not coming out.
No. I love this. They rushed him to a hospital where a specialist removed it.
Stand back.
We got to get our thermos guy in for this.
I don't want to be that
Do
specialist.
you think he was just like hanging curtains or something and he was naked and fell on it?
Would that be
That's
your
what they say.
story?
No, there was a nurse that does the famous ER stories.
Yeah.
And she said, you'd be surprised at how many people just say they were running around their houses naked fixing things and they just fell on something.
Yep.
Slipped and fell on...
I've got a lot of friends who are nurses. and
Perfectly shaped light bulb.
They maintain that like 20% of all visits are that.
What?
Yes.
Get out of here.
Swear.
I mean, they do make a lot of TikToks about it. The nurses do.
Yeah.
Now, I've never been to jail, but I did think that was one of the first things they do when you get there is they check you out and make sure you haven't shoved anything anywhere.
Right.
So this person, did they not do like a quick Google search or?
Yeah, like, that... you just see a movie. Like, you get people going to jail. You're like, all right, cough.
He also had a crack pipe in his pocket.
Oh.
Not sure why he didn't just put that in the thermos.
I keep messing those up.
It's like, dang it.
I think that actually might explain a little more about
I say.
the thought process behind the situation.
Yeah, my dude's got a crack pipe. He's probably not thinking very good.
All morning, I told myself before I even went to bed, I was like, crack pipe goes in the butt, thermos goes in the pocket, and then I just can't get it straight. It's my fault, guys.
He had it in there for 24 hours.
Oh wow!
So it wasn't like right as he was going to jail.
So it wasn't like better get this done before I head off to the courthouse.
I don't know, man.
Look, he had a to-do list. He wanted to check a couple things off early, take that anticipation off his mind.
You know when you pack the really important stuff before you pack everything else, just so you can make sure it's packed in there? I think that was maybe what he was thinking.
Don't want to forget my thermos.
I need to make absolutely sure I don't forget this.
Got to get my daily water intake.
Man,
I'd forget my head if it wasn't shoved up my butt.
What would be worth it to you to pack it that way?
Literally nothing.
Yeah, I can't think of anything. Yeah,
Lucy?
sorry. I would not do that to her. No. I'm a no.
I'm running out of things too. Yeah.
Something really small.
Your favorite marble.
Yeah, but then how are you going to sanitize? You're in jail.
The thermos.
It's not ideal. I'll grant you that.
No.
And and you can't just like take the thermos to somebody and go like, "Hey, I need help washing this off."
Yeah,
like because you're probably
right.
You're not allowed to have.
Apparently,
the
you're not
thermos.
supposed to have.
That's why I put it up there.
I'm embarrassed. I didn't even think of that. How do you drink out of it after that?
Yeah. How do you how does it get washed after it comes out?
I mean,
the age-old question.
And I maintain, I don't think it comes out either. I think you just die unless you go to the hospital.
They said this guy probably had one more day to live.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
exactly.
Okay,
Like,
yeah, I was gonna be like, that's pretty bad.
it's a medical crisis for sure.
Yeah.
Jeez.
All right, who wants to follow that story?
I forgot we were doing happy hour.
I've got something here. So we've talked a lot about the comedy festival in Saudi Arabia. Went particularly hard on Bill Burr because this is someone who, you know, claims to stand for something and is frequently calling other people out for like seeming contradictions. And yet he goes and does something like this. Well, a bunch of tennis players are going to be going to Saudi Arabia to play. And I have to call out my own hypocrisy here because I just don't feel that annoyance and that outrage towards them the way I felt towards some of these comedians.
I agree.
I do think that is in part because I guess athletes aren't necessarily putting themselves in the position of like, hey, I know what's good and right and proper, and I'm going to preach to you about what that is. They're less in that position than, say, a comedian is. But then also at the same time, it's like, what am I going to get mad at every single one? So, yeah, just kind of calling myself out for the hypocrisy. But do you think we all pick and choose what we're getting upset about when it comes to this type of thing?
I do.
Sure, but I can't stand the guys that left the PGA Tour that went to the Live Tour.
Mm-hmm.
I think you're disgusting. I understand why some of the lower level guys did it that haven't made any money because it's guaranteed. I get it because you haven't made any money on the tour, and this is a chance to get some guaranteed money that will set you up for a long time. I understand that. I don't understand why the guys who were already loaded because they were winning tons of money making that kind of move as a cash grab when you know what you're doing is you're taking blood money. You know that's what it is. Saudi Arabia is trying to use this to change their image without having to make any changes to how they do anything. But I do think there's a huge difference, Rach, between any athlete, tennis player, soccer player, golfer, whatever, going and doing that versus a comics who specifically are the I can say anything I want whenever I want, and you can't take that away from me until I take their money, and I won't say anything about them because they won't let me leave the country. Like, did you say anything about the fact that they have people imprisoned for nothing more than speaking out against policies held by the government and the royal family? I mean, you won't speak truth to that power, but then here you're going to be the truth teller? It's all about how you position yourself, I think. Like, if Gallagher did it, I don't know that I'm going to be as mad at Gallagher as I am at Bill Burr because Gallagher's just smashing watermelons, man. He's
the second Gallagher reference.
A lot of Gallagher.
Yes.
A lot of Gallagher on this show lately.
If it's Carrot Top, who's out there just prop jokes, I don't know that I feel the same way as I do about Bill Burr and especially a guy like Chappelle.
Name some more bad comics.
I love Chappelle. I think he's hilarious. Bill Burr might be my favorite. That's probably why it bothers me more. I love Chappelle too, but you can't be the you can't say anything anymore guy and then go to a place where they're not going to let you say what you can say.
Chappelle said you can say more in Saudi Arabia than in
That's
America.
That's a lie. Say something about them. Yeah. Say something about how they treat women. Say something about how they jail anybody that speaks against the regime. Make a joke about the regime. Make a joke about the royal family. See how it goes.
Bless his soul. He might just be an idiot.
I don't know, man.
He might just be dumb.
I don't know. I think money makes a lot of people act dumb. And that's all it is. I mean, these guys got ridiculous money, and I understand it. They're humans. Like, I don't hate any of them. But I do think you deserve the criticism. When you're going to be that brand of comedian, the truth teller, the one that's not going to be afraid, you can't cancel me, and then you go take money and specifically sign an agreement saying, I cannot and will not joke about all of these things that are on this list. Yeah. Because they all had to sign a contract that said they can't make jokes about the royal family. They can't take shots at anything that's a public policy there. They signed an agreement saying that. Well, then you're not what you claim you are. That's it.
This is a related but separate topic. When you're talking about the young golfers who hadn't made money yet and the ones who had, I have several friends who are very wealthy, and they have all told me that there's something about having a lot of money that makes you panic that you need to make more. And I have a friend who has about $100 million. And he said that his worst ever period was when he made his first $5 million. Now, I don't have $5 million. So maybe this is why I've never had that sort of mania to make more money. But he said when he had $5 million, at first he felt like, oh my God, I've made it. This is incredible. He was a working class kid. But he said that he didn't sleep for about a year because he was so terrified he was going to lose it. And that you can lose $5 million, especially if you're in business and you're making moves and stuff. He said it wasn't until he had 50 million that he felt secure. So it's interesting to me. Most of us don't understand that. We never will understand it because we will not get to that level. But I've talked to several people who I like. They're buddies. I trust them. I know them. They're good people. And they said, Dave, there's a mania to it. When you get a pot of money, you just have to make more.
Did they seek help for that? Because there are ways to get around those feelings without being like, over the top. Got to get more. You don't have to be all Scrooge McDuck.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to disparage any of your friends, but it does seem like have you ever heard a girl be like, it's really hard being this pretty. I get too much attention.
Don't hate me because I'm beautiful.
Yeah, it's like, dude, all right. I mean, I understand that's a problem for you, but I can't relate.
And I'm not saying that it doesn't happen. I'm positive that it does. In fact, I can't do too much on that, but that's something that my brother has counseled people on as a hypnotherapist. He has some wealthy people that have that fear. I know it's real, but there's help for it. It's not a cover for, well, then I got to do all these terrible things. And I'm not saying your friends did, but these billionaire dudes, they're getting what they get stepping on other people. That's how it works.
At California Psychics, we know that when you haven't found love, it feels like everyone else has. Every movie has a love interest. Every song is a love song. Where are all the songs about cats or the joy of early bedtimes? And of course, the PDA. Looking for love sucks. Thankfully, California Psychics can give you the guidance you need to help you find the one. We connect you with the very best. In fact, 98% of the psychics who apply to work with us don't make the grade. That's why we can guarantee if your reading isn't life-changing, it's free. Download the app or connect with us at CaliforniaPsychics.com. Right now, new customers receive 20 minutes for just $20. So you could be feeling all lovey-dovey real soon. Experience the joy of certainty. California Psychics.
KMOX proudly supports the Musial Awards, returning to Stiefel Theater Saturday, November 22nd. You can be in the audience for this nationally televised event, hosted right here in St. Louis. Named for Stan the Man, the show celebrates the year's greatest moments of sportsmanship and those who embody class and character. Experience the extraordinary moments and people that make the Musial Awards an event like no other. For more information, KMOX.com/events.
Hi, this is Charlie Brennan. I see clearly now thanks to the doctors, Greg Birdie, Ranjan Malhotra, Robert Brusati, and Andy Royer. You can too. YourEyeDoc.com.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody. Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have Leaf Filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
To get this special radio offer, go to leaffilter.com/deal for your free gutter inspection today and get up to 30% off. That's leaffilter.com/deal for up to 30% off. leaffilter.com/deal. See representative for warranty details.
You've got a ton of equity in your home. You're sitting on a gold mine, and you could do so much with all that cash, like travel, invest it, or pay off debt, but you can't touch it unless you sell your home. but you really don't want to move. And besides, homes are sitting on the market for a long time these days. You're trapped, right? Well, not with TrueHold. With TrueHold, you can cash out your equity in as little as 30 days. And listen, you don't have to move. You can stay in the home you love as a renter. So that's TrueHold's Sell and Stay program. You cash out your entire home's value and stay put. TrueHold even covers property taxes, property insurance, and essential repairs. So imagine using that equity to travel, invest, or pay off debt and stay in your home. It's brilliant, especially in this slow market. You get an all-cash offer now by calling 1-855-300-9993. You can also visit TrueHold.com, the smarter, faster way to cash out on your home's value without moving. That's TrueHold.com.
$2.49 DGS. That was a heck of a happy hour there.
It was. Covered a lot of ground.
You want to hear the top 10 of the 250 greatest songs of the 21st century?
Oh, sure.
Let's
Sorry, I
hear it.
figured it out really quickly.
I
there.
mean, like, I
You
haven't
might
heard
wanna
any
go
of
to the
them.
bathroom.
I haven't heard any of them, I promise.
Toxic by Britney Spears.
Oh, yeah.
Top 10?
Yes, out of 250.
I'll see you guys later.
Stone Cold Classic.
We Belong Together by Mariah Carey.
Okay.
That's a good one.
All Right by Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah, that's good.
Dancing on My Own by Robin.
Love that song.
Okay.
Don't know who that is. All Too Well by Taylor Swift.
Mm-hmm.
Seven Nation Army by White Stripes.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy in Love by Beyonce.
Oh.
The number one song in the last 25 years.
Can I guess?
Yeah.
Is it Mr. Brightside?
No.
It should be Mr. Brightside by the Killers.
Get Your Freak On by Missy Elliott.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right. I like
That's
that.
a little surprising.
Yeah. Okay.
So what was what's the criteria? Like, what did they say? It's the best based on sales, based on
No, this is just
popularity.
a publication's opinion.
Oh,
You know when
okay,
you have
okay,
a
okay.
lid that doesn't totally fit the pot that's boiling and that's making that little noise? That's what Kevin's doing. I can hear it coming from him right now.
Oh, right.
He's so close to absolutely exploding.
The whistle of a teapot.
Mm-hmm.
No, explode. Just a lot of dumb people out there.
That's kind of judgmental.
Yeah. Well, I mean, maybe I'm dumb too.
Didn't have any
Not
Slipknot.
I mean, but there is a particular kind of song there that is clearly like 9 of the 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All pop.
Yeah.
Yeah, pop songs that everyone likes.
I love this story. I want to be this guy. A researcher won a Nobel Prize and no one could let him know because he was off the grid hiking. Isn't that great? He didn't care.
He won what?
The Nobel Prize.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was just out there off the grid.
Man, that's pretty cool. Like, oh, I didn't hear that I won the Nobel Prize. I was too busy immersing myself in nature and being better than you.
Authorities in California have arrested a 29-year-old Uber driver from Florida for intentionally igniting the LA Palisades fire.
What a loser.
What do you think should happen? I mean,
prison for life.
Yeah.
Yeah. I started to say,
yeah,
I'm not a death penalty guy, but what you did to me is equal to committing a murder.
Absolutely.
Or worse.
Multiple.
Yeah.
You ruined the lives
You
of
ruined the lives of
many
thousands
people.
of people.
Yes.
And what, 10,
Ruined
10
Mel
11
Gibson's
people died?
life.
Yeah.
Yep. Off to jail forever.
Yeah. Never see the sun again.
I love this story. A fight broke out at a Family Dollar in North Carolina over a NASCAR shirt. And it ended with one person pointing a gun at another person.
Jeez.
They had a whole shirt at the Family Dollar. Oh, I was thinking of Dollar Tree, where everything's $1.25.
Ah.
Family Dollar is more like you can get the $5 and $10.
So it's more classy.
Well, there's more options, more of a price range going on.
It's also National Moldy Cheese Day today. Not sure I've ever had that. Not adventurous with my cheese choices.
I'm pretty adventurous, but yeah, if it's stinky, if it's real stinky, I'm not interested.
It's hard to eat things that smell bad.
Yeah.
Because you can be like, you'll get through. I'm like, nah, it's just so much a part of it because it's so much right in your face. Yeah, it's tough. I had a chance to eat some smelly cheese when I was in France back in high school, and it was some of it, like 1 or 2, you're like, it's only a little bit smelly. It's all right. But I just couldn't get past a couple of them. Like, I can't.
Dave, how does it feel that your 25-year anniversary is 1 week from today?
Yeah, I just realized that. Andrew was kind of talking to me about the rundown for the Anniversary Day show, which is next Thursday.
Has it hit you?
No, not really. It's just surreal. It's just crazy. Like, I've talked a lot in interviews and on podcasts and on this show about, and I'm sure you don't have to have a radio show to feel like this. Anyone my age feels somewhat like this. The phenomenon of having the middle of your life, the core of your life, from like 25 to 55, when you get your education, you pick your job, you pick your spouse, you have your kids, you have your career. That is just like coring an apple, just pulling the middle of your life out and looking at it. You're like, I can't believe that went by so fast. I can't. Like, I know it's the all-time cliche of cliches, but I just can't believe it went by that fast.
Yeah, if you had to quantify the 25 years, does it feel more like 10? Does it feel more like 5? As far as how long it feels like you've been doing this.
25 feels like, it doesn't feel like 25. 25 feels like a long time in my mind. You say someone's 25 years, I'm like, wow, that's a really long time. It doesn't feel like a really long time. I'm not tired. Like, if I were running and you told me I'd ran 25 miles, I'd be like, wow, I only feel like I ran 10.
Okay.
So, all right. Yeah.
So you caught a second win, is what you're saying.
I guess.
Man.
Or just have always had it. I don't know.
Yeah.
This isn't that hard. I mean, it is, but it's, beats working. Ask a guy who's been out there laying asphalt for 25 years.
I was going to say, it's
a
a different kind of difficult.
Yeah.
It's not like physically draining you.
Yeah.
Not like that. Just takes a lot of time.
Let me tell you guys about Underdog Fantasy app. I can tell you that I use the app, so I put my money where my mouth is. It's my favorite sports app because it's simple, maybe, like I'm just not very techie. And the very first time I logged on to it, I could use it. It was easy, and it's just a higher or lower thing. You pick your sport, can be any major sport, pick a couple of games, or it can just be one game, and you pick 2 or 3 players, and you say whether their performance on a certain statistic, which you pick, is going to be higher or lower. That's it. If you get them right, you win money. You can win up to 5,000 times the money that you put in, and you can put in as little as $1. So for me personally, I love watching sports. I do it all the time, and having a little skin in the game just enhances my experience. And I've won some money on it, and I've had a good time. Download the app today using promo code Glover, and when you do, you score $100 in bonus funds or bonus entries when you pay your first $5. Got to be 18 and in Missouri. If you're concerned with your play, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms apply. Go to assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/playing get terms _DFS_.html.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. A question I get all the time is, how did we become the largest injury firm in the world? We have over 1,000 lawyers in all 50 states and close to 6,000 coworkers. Our call center is on duty 24/7. You can reach us at any time at forthepeople.com. But the real reason is we won a lot. When you visit our website, go to our verdicts and settlements. There you will see what our clients were offered and what they were awarded at trial. All those verdicts help us resolve many cases fairly and early. You see, nothing beats reputation. The insurance industry knows who we are. We even have insurance adjusters call us for representation because they know too. We've made it easy. On your mobile device or computer, go to forthepeople.com and we will get busy. It's that easy. Call today. Morgan & Morgan, for the people. Injured? Dial pound law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
If you're drowning in IRS debt and can't afford to pay, then you need to take advantage of special IRS tax programs that are available and Free yourself from IRS collection efforts once and for all. Due to the financial hardship consumers are facing throughout the country, the Internal Revenue Service has made it easier to settle delinquent tax problems. An open phone line has been established by Community Tax for consumers to call and see if they qualify. Take down this number or store it in your cell phone, but call the Community Tax Helpline at 800-536-9607. If you owe back taxes to the IRS and cannot afford to pay them back, or even if you have years of unfiled tax returns, there's no need to fear anymore. But you have to call the Community Tax Helpline today at 800-536-9607 for the help that you need. Don't take on the IRS alone. They can attack your wages, savings, pension, home, and even your Social Security check. Call 800-536-9607 for your free consultation and to see if you qualify. That's 800-536-9607.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6986. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6986. That's 800-575-6986. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
News, talk, cards. KMOX AM St. Louis. KMOX FM Hazelwood. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
At 3 o'clock, we've got breaking news. The St. Louis sheriff indicted on more federal charges. Let's take you live outside of the courthouse downtown, and KMOX's Sean Malone. Sean?
And Michael, here's what we know so far. At least 4 new felony federal indictments have been added against St. Louis City Sheriff Alfred Montgomery in a superseding indictment that we're awaiting to be publicized online right now to get more information behind what led to these indictments. But what we do know, this stems from the detainment of Deputy Jail Director Tammy Ross back in February. Now, previously, Sheriff Montgomery was indicted on a misdemeanor charge related to that. We're now awaiting him and his attorneys to step out of the federal court building to see if we can get some more information on that. So, Michael, listeners, stay tuned. We hope to have more information for you sometime later on here on KMOX. Outside the federal courthouse, Sean Malone, KMOX News.
CBS News special report. President Trump says Hamas will sign an agreement that will pause the fighting in Gaza.
That'll be a day of joy.
Israeli troops would retreat to an agreed-upon line within Gaza. Trump says the hostages will be released Monday or Tuesday.
The one woman talked about her baby. Her baby's 25 years old, but, you know, to her, it's her baby. And we're bringing them home. We're getting everything. And to those parents, the dead young man is just as important, as though this person were alive.
Israel's security cabinet has to vote on the deal. The far-right security minister said today he'll vote no. In Tel Aviv, people thanked President Trump.
Thank you, Trump! Thank you, USA! We love you! We love you!
It's not yet clear who will govern Gaza in the long term or when Hamas will disarm. CBS News special report. I'm Christopher Cruz.
Who is winning the government shutdown, or at least the arguments? Republicans are blaming U.S. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer for blocking a vote on the stopgap spending bill passed by the House because it doesn't contain roughly $1.5 trillion in healthcare spending. Terry Smith, a political science professor at Columbia College in Central Missouri, says calling it a Schumer shutdown might not be wrong.
Is it literally true that it's up to Schumer? I suppose. I mean, he could probably rally Democrats, but right now I think Democrats feel like, at least for now, public opinion is on their side.
Smith says so far, neither side seems to be interested in backing down. There's been a death in ICE custody at the St. Genevieve County Jail. The agency says 34-year-old Leo Cruz Silva, a Mexican national, died on October 4th in an apparent suicide. ICE made the announcement on October 8th. Jail staff and paramedics were unable to revive him. Cruz Silva was transferred to ICE custody on October 1st after being arrested by the Festus Police Department for public intoxication. ICE says the Mexican consulate has been notified of his death. A Missouri business professor says Wall Street's gains this year show the positive impact of an interest rate cut. Missouri State University professor Jeffrey Jones says, however, he's not sure the strong market gains this year will continue for much longer.
I've kind of been surprised that 2025 has been as good of a year as it's been. It wouldn't surprise me at all to see 2026 perhaps be a flat or negative year in the stock market.
That's from the KMOX Business Desk, sponsored by Krentz Financial Group, KFGadvisors.com. Jones tells MissouriNet the market has also shrugged off tariff talk and the partial government shutdown. He notes that if the shutdown continues for weeks, it could cool the market. Let's get an update of the St. Louis Business Index now to Stifel and Scott Link. Scott.
Good afternoon, Michael. The ongoing government shutdown and growing skepticism around AI and tech sector earnings led markets lower today, with the Dow Jones falling 243 points to 46,358. The S&P 500 was off 18 at 6,735. The NASDAQ dropped 18 points to 23,024. And the Bloomberg St. Louis Index was down 21 points to 1,595. For stocks of local interest, a couple bright spots today were Bear up 16 cents to $8.09. And Build-A-Bear Workshop rose 38 cents to $59.36. And the leading decliners were Boeing off $9.32 to $216. Charter Communications fell $9.37 to $265. Finally, Stifel Financial was off 38 cents to $111.35. This has been Scott Link, Senior Vice President of Investments at Stifel, member SIPC, and the New York Stock Exchange. For more information on Stifel, please visit our website at stifel.com.
We've got road work on 70 going west at Bryan Road. That's got the left lane closed. Stalled vehicles 70 west to Cave Springs Truman. That's on the right shoulder. Some debris on 270 going northbound at Highway 40 West, and that is on the right shoulder.
What a delightful afternoon of weather across St. Louis. Plenty of sunshine. 73 for the high temperature. Tonight, clear and chilly. Will quickly drop into the 60s for evening plans. 47 for the low. Friday, sunshine, 78. 58 Friday night, so a little bit warmer. The weekend, all about sunshine, and it's also going to be a little bit warmer. Saturday, 81, and Sunday, 84. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Sponsored by Financial and Tax Architects. We've got sun and 73 downtown. I'm Michael Calhoun, KMOX News.
Weather sponsored by Renner Garage Door, forward and back, RENNER.
Cardinal Cowboy here. Renner Garage Door has brought cheers to their fans for decades with the best styles, cutting-edge tech, and good old family values. Get your free repair or replacement quote today. Forward and back. Giddy up!
RENNER. The Dave Glover Show is sponsored by the Michaels Flooring Outlet, the flooring experts. IGotFloored.com.
.306 DGS on KMOX. Gorgeous day out there. Janelle is with us until 4 p.m. Janelle does our movie reviews and entertainment and stuff like that, and just generally kind of hangs out with us on Thursdays. So what did you see this week?
I saw Tron Ares.
Okay.
And Roofman.
Okay. Don't know that one. Let's start with Tron.
Tron Ares, definitely a movie that you need to see in the theater. I don't think it's going to translate once you get home, because it looks amazing and it sounds amazing. It is Trent Reznor, Nine Inch Nails score. I mean, it's a beautiful score. It's just a chest thumping. You would love it. And looks great on the screen. I mean, you can't expect much out of the story. I mean, I don't know if you've ever seen the original
Just
Tron.
the original Tron.
Yeah, there's not much meat there, but I mean, you kind of know that going in. So I like the original just for its ingenuity at that time. Tron Legacy, I thought it got a little confusing. That was a little much as far as making computer programs people. This one is a little bit more slimmed down, simplistic. It's more about the dangers of 3D printing. People will know once they go see it. But yeah, I think it's not deserving the hate that it's currently getting online, and I understand why it is due to people how they feel about Jared Leto.
Oh.
So
I feel that way too.
Yeah. He's got some pedo allegations out there about him.
I didn't even know that.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, outside the whole like culty thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, he had some little disturbing allegations come out about him. And because once you see this movie, you kind of think, well, this would have made a pretty good summer movie. Like this, it's really, really, like I said, visually stunning and sounds great. And to me, you could have switched out F1 for this. And yeah, people are hating it. And I think a lot of it is just due to him and his kind of the icky vibe he kind of gives off.
Isn't that interesting? I didn't even know any of those allegations. He just gives me an ick vibe, and Morbius was so bad I held it against him.
Morbius.
Yeah.
It's Morbin time. Yeah. Yeah. No, he has those where he's like allegations of him inappropriately messaging underage girls and stuff. So, I don't know. Those kind of movies are always tough to sell because I don't by any means want to push somebody to a movie and support an actor that they feel like they shouldn't support. That's not what I'm trying to do at all. But it's just, if you're going to see it in the theater. It's an IMAX movie. Yeah. Now, Roofman was uncomfortable because the true story of, I believe his name is Jeffrey Manchester, and it was early 2000s. Somebody can look this up. In North Carolina, he broke into 40 to 60 McDonald's through the roof and was robbing them. He would put the employees into the freezer, and they would always say, like, he's such a nice guy. He told us to all get our jackets before we went in there. And he was apparently a really charming armed robber at the time, and he went to jail for it, broke out of jail, and hid in a Toys R Us for 6 months.
Wow. 6 months.
6 months. Yes. And it's really, I mean, I don't know if this is a spoiler alert. I mean, he's back in jail until 2036. So he has tried to escape 2 more times since he swears he's done trying to break out. But yeah, it's about his 6-month stay at the Toys R Us. And yeah, it's uncomfortable because he's charming. And you see everybody that's kind of going to get kind of destroyed in his wake. So it's a little uncomfortable. It's not like, oh, look, he's just playing with a stuffed animal. It gives you icky vibes too.
So to the extent you can tell me, when he's living at the Toys R Us,
Yes.
does he ever get out? Does he like go about the world and then come back home to Toys R Us?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Impressive.
He sets it up where he can he is not detected by their security cams, and he is staying in it's going to make you go into like Target and stores like this. Now it's going to make you start looking at places that have like hidden kind of alcoves and think, I wonder if somebody's living back there. But yeah, it's strange, but yeah, true story.
I lived in a rounder at JCPenney's for a few years. Felt like it.
I was going to
anyway.
say, felt like it.
Yeah.
Did you get lost for about 5 minutes and
Yeah,
started a life?
It was great.
Was there a moment for you guys when you actually started enjoying clothes shopping and then you were like, whoa, this is new. This is a
The day I
interesting
bought my
experience.
famous Star Trek shirt that I wore to 7th grade, that was the first time I ever cared what I looked like, and I made a terrible decision.
Oh,
But at least I cared. Like
there's nothing wrong with a Star Trek shirt.
There was then.
No.
I took a lot of
You
slaps
were
back
way
in
ahead of your
head.
time.
Now this, I forget, was this like the Captain Kirk shirt, or was
Yeah.
it just a T-shirt with a logo?
Oh no, that would have been fine.
So it was. So does it change your opinion if it was the one of their uniform as opposed to just like a shirt with?
No,
you're
you're talking to the wrong girl here.
All right.
That's
Wish you'd have been in 7th grade with me.
Yeah, you guys could have been buddies in school.
Yeah.
I have a Spock shirt now, so I mean, like that's yeah. I mean, in fact, I think for 1 year, I think at the dog parade, I dressed one of the dogs up in a Spock Yeah, I had us all of everybody was in like little commander. Like, who's the? I always get it confused. It's the red shirts would die, or is it just
They're
the fifth
security
man?
guys. Yeah.
Okay, so the red shirts would die.
Yes.
Yeah, nobody had a red shirt.
Yeah, that's right. You had the red shirt. You're
Right.
done.
It was
One
blue
episode
and yellow.
gone. Yeah.
Yeah, I was walking around with wearing an authentic. I remember it said that authentic James Tiberius Kirk uniform, carrying a trapper keeper with a man's butt on it, with a swim cap with flowers. That was my first day.
Well, I mean, thank goodness it wasn't all on at the same time.
That's true.
Because that would have been a statement.
Quite a trifecta.
I think that, to me, I would have been scared of that guy.
Thank you.
He's like, yeah, I was pretty intimidating.
Because, like, that's like, clearly he has nothing to lose. He's just.
He doesn't care at all.
That's right.
Yeah, and it was the opposite. I cared very much.
Yeah. So,
what were you guys like in 7th grade?
That's also when I probably started caring about clothes the most. But no, I just remember like really because my school was 7th through 12th grade. Everybody was kind of mixed together. So 7th grade was a lot about like trying to impress the older kids and trying to fit in with the older kids.
Yeah.
And that transition from 6th to 7th grade, from elementary school to secondary school, was like night and day. It's like, well, now we behave like adults and we're cool now.
Yeah.
Yeah, my mom and dad never had any sort of birds and bees talk with me, so I didn't understand anything. And when I got into my first locker room,
oh yeah, I remember this story
with like 12th graders, and they had hair on their bodies, and I was like, "What's wrong with them? They must have some terrible disease."
Yeah,
I wasn't ready for that.
I'm pretty much the same. I was one of the tallest in 6th grade, and then when we came back for 7th grade, and everybody had kept growing, I was like, "Hey, wait a minute." So I mean, I've been the same height since 6th grade, so not really nothing's changed.
Yeah, I doubt I'm 5'10" anymore. I'm sure I'm shrinking, but I was 5'10" in 9th grade, which was fairly tall, and then it just stopped. So
lucky. I didn't even make it into middle school. Hit 5 foot, and
that was it.
That was it. That's all she wrote. So it's kind of nice.
Wheels, you're not talking.
He's been the same since 4th grade.
I've probably been the same height since 8th grade, 9th grade. Yeah. Yeah. 7th grade, I don't know, man. We didn't really, there wasn't a lot of like thought of like clothes and what you're gonna wear, because we had uniforms. So you're just wearing school uniforms every day. It's like, you gotta wear that.
Freed up his brain to not care about
Yeah.
other
So
things.
other than that, it would have just been like sports jerseys and sports shirts and like, like a hockey jersey or whatever. It was all, or like a pullover, hoodie with, lions on it or something.
I'm not sure how I feel about the uniform thing. I never had to wear one.
Ugh,
Phoebe did.
sucked.
Nick did.
It did take away a lot of those like comparisons, right? You're not like, well, this kid's super fashionable and this kid's a dork. You're like, well, you don't really have that because you're all wearing the same shirt.
Yeah, I
You're
like
just
that.
different version of it, same pants. I wear those stupid little ties. I think this is why I hate dressing up now.
Probably.
Yeah, because I had to wear a tie to school from 4th grade through 8th grade.
Were they clip-on ties?
Some of us had those, but those were really not cool.
Oh,
so we had leather ties.
Oh,
yeah,
that made us awesome. We were.
Remember that?
Yeah, it was like, okay, now that was our little rebellion. You're gonna make us wear ties. We're gonna wear leather ties, and we're gonna have 8 different colors.
Yeah,
and a red one, and a blue one, and a black one, and a white one too. And the white one was rebellious.
I went to the 9th grade graduation dance with a very popular girl, Ronnie, and she was kind enough to go with me. We were buddies, and I was wearing a clip-on tie, and I'd never danced before. Duh. And we were dancing and really getting into it. I was having the time of my life.
No.
And someone grabbed my tie and pulled it off. And it was just like,
Why are
whoops.
people so mean?
I don't know.
That's so rude.
Did you just stop dancing?
There's a moment where like all the
Just
oxygen left the room.
Just stand there and look at your tie float away.
Yeah.
Yeah, we definitely had those though, because none of us were tying that thing. I mean, the leather ones, that's where you had to like tie it.
Yeah.
Tie it. Yeah, but the clip-ons were way better.
What was your best look ever? You look back in your life when you're like, I look good.
Ever.
Yeah, I'm still striving for that.
Let me know when that day hits.
I would like to think I have not hit that yet. I would like to think
90,
the
I'm gonna
best
be
is yet to
rocking it.
come.
Yeah.
Probably college.
See, he's got one.
Yeah, he knows.
knew
Of course he
college.
does.
He knew
The
it was hot.
best combination of like fitting the clothes fitting in, but it was easy. You know what? You're in Miami, so you're wearing shorts and t-shirts.
Mhm.
Everybody's wearing shorts and t-shirts.
Hot pink button
Yeah,
down.
man, I had a Miami
with,
Vice look going.
Yeah,
I
with
was
a,
rocking.
with a silver blazer over it.
Had my little like
Mesh shirts.
1980 88 Chevy Nova driving across the causeway to South Beach.
Cocaine all over his nose.
Sunglasses blaring the Miami Vice theme.
His
Yeah.
pink blazer rode.
What was your hair like?
Like this. It just did whatever it wanted. Poofy. That's what it was like. Poofy.
There comes that bully.
It's never been any different than this. It's always been like an eraser head.
Jeez. Let me tell you guys about some places at Bethesda. I always start out with, just in case you don't know, I have this relationship with Bethesda going back about maybe 2 years now. My mom was in Bethesda Dilworth for 4 months before she passed, and I became involved with the No One Dies Alone program. So I'm good friends with these guys. But I'm going to tell you about 7 cool properties that are for people that don't need any sort of skilled nursing or assisted living. They are just apartments where older people live, and they're pretty amazing. I visited several of them, and no lie, on every single one, at least one person, sometimes several people, would approach me and say, like, maybe they thought I was moving there or something, but they're like, this place is great, and like the people are so nice, and it really made a difference. In particular today, I want to tell you about Bethesda Terrace, considered to be Oakville's best kept secret. Caters to, vibrant people, 146 welcoming apartments with housekeeping and maintenance provided, set on 10 acres, including a dog park, a private courtyard with walking path, and soothing water features. Choose 2 meals per day, breakfast, lunch, or dinner, served restaurant style. If you're interested in Bethesda Terrace, you can call 314-375-1070. If you're just generally interested in these beautiful facilities, go to BethesdaHealth.org.
Hey, what's up, flies? This is David Spade. Dana Carvey. Look, I know we never actually left, but I'll just say it. We are back with another season of Fly on the Wall. Every episode, including ones with guests, will now be on video. Every Thursday, you'll hear us and see us chatting with big-name celebrities. And every Monday, you're stuck with just me and Dana. We react to news, what's trending, viral clips. Follow and listen to Fly on the Wall everywhere you get your podcasts.
At California Psychics, we know that when you haven't found love, it feels like everyone else has. Every movie has a love interest. Every song is a love song. Where are all the songs about cats or the joy of early bedtimes? And of course, the PDA. Looking for love sucks. Thankfully, California Psychics can give you the guidance you need to help you find the one. We connect you with the very best. In fact, 98% of the psychics who apply to work with us don't make the grade. That's why we can guarantee if your reading isn't life-changing, it's free. Download the app or connect with us at CaliforniaPsychics.com. Right now, new customers receive 20 minutes for just $20. So you could be feeling all lovey-dovey real soon. Experience the joy of certainty. California Psychics.
If you owe the IRS, you have a legal issue, and you need the Lance Drury Law Firm. We'll protect your rights. Log on at LanceDruryLaw.com.
Total Information AM. Weekdays 5 to 9 on the voice of St. Louis. 104.1 FM. KMOX.
Welcome back, DGS 322. Janelle hanging out with us. Dave Murray joins us at 3:35. Mike Elam is coming up at 4 p.m. Let's do another DGS happy hour here. I'll start. I saw a thing last night, and I've seen this over and over again, that people about my age, maybe a little bit younger, maybe Kevin's age, they had these programs in grade school where they would take gifted kids out of class and put you in like little pods, and you would do diagnostic stuff. They would do out of the box teaching and so forth and so on. And I saw a thing that over and over again, it's called Mall World. Have you heard of this at all? Where kids that were in these programs as adults have recurring dreams about going through malls.
What?
I know.
I just talked about this.
You did? With who?
With you guys yesterday.
On the show?
I'm an adult who has a recurring
Oh,
dream.
yeah, you have the dream about
going through
malls.
The mall.
Oh, I didn't realize
There's
that.
a secret special store in the mall.
Yeah.
that I'm going for.
She's
For the
shopping
cool
for something
stuff.
that she can't find.
Yes.
Yeah.
The cool store.
I doubt you're in that program because of the school you went to, but
Yeah, I mean,
no.
I would like to learn more
she's
about
not
this.
smart enough, but I doubt they had pods at her Christian school. So, but yeah, pretty interesting. Yeah, you should look it up. Mall World.
Mall World.
All right.
You were nodding along about the advanced classes. Were you in those?
In the form that we had them, yeah, it wasn't really like there was always like because I went to a Catholic grade school and it was really small. There's like 22 people in the class, so it's not like you're breaking off in big pods. But there would be like a handful. Usually, it was reading related. People that were faster readers, they would put you in a different like little reading program. So basically, all you did was went to one corner of the room, and you were just allowed to read, and you could just read it, learn at your speed, and you would just kind of chalk up books and keep on moving at your own pace in that regard.
I remember laughing. I've told this before, but when I was in like third grade, they had 3 reading groups in my class. They had the Cardinals, the Bluebirds, and the Crows.
Oh no!
And everyone knew who the Crows were.
Why would they do that?
I know.
Why would they have 2 nice birds and then kind of it's not a bad, like crows are cool and they're smart. Like they're super smart. But
Sure,
like,
they're smarter than Cardinals.
No,
or
they're
Bluebirds.
they're one of the smartest
are.
birds out there.
Yeah.
But that's also like that's the bird you hear for horror movies. It's the crows.
Yeah. I just thought it was funny that the teachers thought that they were doing something.
Yeah.
Like we all know.
Yeah.
We know who's smart and who's not.
We always thought it was interesting too that you did that, but you only did it for one subject.
Yeah.
I don't remember them doing that in our school for math. But then again, it was a tiny little school. Maybe they just didn't have the ability to do it.
Yeah. Anyone else got a happy hour topic?
I'll throw one out there on behalf of Janelle.
Okay.
This is a good one because we were talking about this. She messaged us yesterday during Rush Hour Sports, and I wanted to save it for the group today because it's a pretty big story that the NCAA just announced that it is okay for college athletes to wager on sports, but only professional sports. So it's got to be done legally. You
And
can't have a bookie.
And it's just Division I right now.
And right now, the NCAA Division I athletes are allowed to bet on the NFL, Major League Baseball, NBA, and it's got people.
Why wouldn't they be?
In the past, it was always frowned upon, but because they're all so this is where they're in a spot. College specifically, but it's kind of true for the leagues too. How do you say we're going to embrace gambling money and take gambling money and then say our athletes can't gamble? Now, the one thing you're not allowed to do in college or pro is bet on your own sport.
Yeah.
That is absolute no-no. But what they're doing for college is you can't bet on any college anything, only professional sports, because obviously that takes away any potential for conflict, right? You don't have inside information. So let's say, for example, I play on the football team, but I'm going to bet on basketball. I might know the basketball guys.
Mm-hmm.
I might know this guy's sick and this guy's maybe a little banged up and they're probably going to lose this game. And they don't want any of that nonsense because that can lead to all kinds of things. So just no college sports, period, the end. And it does have people upset. And I'm not sure. I'm not with them because as long as it's being done like through a legal app, through legal means, it's not like you can go in debt to a bookie. If you have a bookie, you're already breaking the law. If you're doing it that way, you're already illegal. You're not going to be safe from that, whether you're betting on college or pro sports in college. So
a 19-year-old college student at KU can bet on a KU game.
A student, yes, not an athlete.
See, I think that's stupid. If you're 18 years old, if you're of legal age, I understand not betting on your own team or even not betting on your own sport. But to me, that's like an equal protection thing. Like, you better have a really damn good reason why you're telling this grown-up American citizen why they can't engage in a legal act that other people can.
Yeah.
And to me, it's not enough that you might know the manager of the basketball team and have some inside information, because you might know that if you're just going to school there. You might know that if you live in Montana and you're 28 years old and your cousin plays for KU.
Right. But you can't influence in any way the outcomes.
No, you can't. If you're playing at Mizzou and you're betting on Montana, you can't influence that either.
No, but again, it's all you could have a friend that you went to high school with that plays at Montana.
But you could have that without being an athlete.
No, you can, right? But the NCAA doesn't police anything but athletes. They have nothing to say about anybody that's not an athlete. They can't.
I know.
Their jurisdiction is just that.
I know. I think it's an overreach.
Yeah.
I'm tired of overreach. I don't care whether it's Trump or Obama or if it's the Senate or if it's the state of Missouri. I am just sick to death of the overreach. Like, this whole country was founded on don't tread on me.
Yeah.
And you stay out of my business. And this is America and I can do what I want to do. I don't think we've ever been less free.
Do you think they ought to raise the age, though, for gambling?
I would be totally fine with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be totally fine with it. I'd be okay if they raised the age for everything.
Hey St. Louis, this is Ben Barnett, board certified master arborist and owner at Timberline Professional Tree Care. As a local small business owner for the past 24 years, I always do my best to shop local and support our community. Recently, 2 of the largest tree contractors in the region have sold to out-of-town investment groups. This means that the new owners of these companies are not invested in quality, customer satisfaction, or safety, except for how it affects their bottom line. Timberline Professional Tree Care was founded in 2001 and is focused solely on giving you, the customer, the safest, highest quality product while providing the best customer service before, during, and after the job. I've poured my heart and soul into tree care for the past 24 years, and we aren't going anywhere. When it comes time to take care of your trees, I ask that you shop local and call me, Ben Barnett, at Timberline Professional Tree Care, 636-479-7475, or online at stltreecare.com.
Traffic from the MichaelsFlooringOutlet.com Traffic Center.
Well, it's not an awful start to your Wednesday or Thursday afternoon, I should say. Westbound out of the city, not bad, passing Forest Park, westbound on Highway 64. Southbound on Highway 55 is really the only heavier spot that I'm seeing, and that's headed into that work zone down in South City, right at the River to Pear there. Looks like they could have an accident in that work zone as well, but the stop-and-go traffic is well north of there, headed southbound on Highway 55 from about South Broadway on down. We had an earlier incident over on the right side, eastbound Highway 64 at Highway 270. That has been moved out of the way. And westbound Highway 64 is your other heavy pocket, but it's out past Prospect, and it's only headed out towards Wentzville. I'm Frank Ladd in the MichaelsFlooringOutlet.com Traffic Center.
Working full-time but still falling behind? Learn how real estate education can help you build income and get ahead on your terms. Text radio to 88007. That's RADIO to 88007. Presented by Lifestyles Unlimited.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6986. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6986. That's 800-575-6986. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The Cardinals season may be over, but in St. Louis, sports never stop. The Chiefs are chasing another championship. Mizzou football is making noise, and the Blues are back on the ice. Every weekday at 5, Rush Hour Sports keeps you ahead of the game with news, traffic, weather, and the biggest stories in sports. Kevin Wheeler, Matt Pauly, and Bertie Nicholas. 3 trusted voices St. Louis fans count on. Rush Hour Sports, weekdays at 5 on KMOX. The countdown to kickoff starts here. Friday's focus on Mizzou, the Chiefs, and the NFL, only on KMOX.
Welcome back, guys. DGS 333. Janelle hanging out with us until 4 p.m. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Desk, Dave Murray joins us. Hey, Dave.
Hello there.
You jamming there
I'm jamming.
to Journey?
I'm jamming. Taking the journey with Journey.
What is your favorite rock band? I know you're not a big music guy.
Yeah.
I know you're a big Jimmy Buffett dude and ukulele and Hawaiian music.
Yeah.
But what's your favorite
rock.
mainstream rock band?
Rock. I go with the standby. I like the Stones.
All right.
You know,
Fair enough.
I can listen to the Stones at any time. I guess Metallica is not rock, right, Kevin?
Well, yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's just, but
Is
it's
it?
just
Yeah.
the next progression in it. It's metal.
Okay.
Metal's
You know,
rock.
I don't like listening to Metallica all the time, but I
gotta go to a show with you, Dave.
I have
I'll go to
moods.
that show.
You'll leave
We'll come
early.
out there. What do you think? We think we can get Metallica show in SoCal, and that'd be great.
Yeah, Dave, you gonna put me and Wheeler up for a few days?
Sure.
Oh, maybe
Why
you.
Oh, I figured I'd be the odd man.
You have to share a room with the dog.
I'll bring T-shirts. Oh, all right. I'm good with that. I'm good with that. I sleep with dogs every night.
As long as I
My
don't have
dogs
to
are
sleep with
always
Wheeler.
there. Yeah. Yeah, you don't want that.
No, I don't want that. I picture you being a big snorer.
Yeah, but I wear a mouth guard, so it helps that.
For snoring?
Yeah.
No, Dave. Just in general, I wear a mouth guard.
Yeah.
For biting.
Just in case somebody,
That would be more, yeah.
Yeah, just in case somebody punches
You
me in the
might
mouth
want to
while I'm
consider
asleep.
one of those.
I picture him in like a Jason Voorhees hockey mask.
Yeah.
Yeah, you ever think about wearing one of those during the show?
Yeah. Just, you never,
Shove it in there.
you never know when someone's
Pacifier.
going to punch you in the mouth while you're asleep, so you always have to be ready.
That
I
takes
never thought of that would help with snoring, but
Yeah.
I wear one too, mainly because of grinding
Yeah.
and some other concerns. I was getting headaches,
Yeah.
and it finally took a dentist.
Yeah, so you
to
get that
say,
TMJ, yeah.
Yeah, I think this is the problem.
Yeah.
And I mean, I had all kinds of tests done because it wasn't severe, but it was a bother.
Yeah.
And sure enough, made one of these mouth guards.
Yep.
Boom, 24 hours gone.
Yep.
Was it difficult to get used to?
No.
Yeah,
No.
I agree. It wasn't. They have it
Nope.
set so the way that I had the one I have, I'm sure it's similar, is the top and bottom are connected, but there are there are little bands that connect it. They're plastic bands. But the smaller it is, the more it pulls your bottom jaw forward, which opens up the airway to help with the snoring.
Oh, okay. I just wear a top one.
Oh, okay. There you go.
It's really just a protector.
Learning a lot.
There you go. See?
Yeah.
And that mine's the teeth grinding thing too, but also it helps with the snoring.
What do you wear
I mean,
when you sleep?
well, I don't know what I'm wearing now.
Look, I thought I'd shoot my shot.
I mean, I'll probably be wearing this shirt when I wake up in the morning.
Hey.
What?
Yeah, I just wear shorts and whatever shirt I've had on all day.
Walk of shame.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
You're one of those guys.
Yeah.
Huh?
It depends on the day. If it's a workout day, then it'll be a different shirt
Yeah.
because that one will get a little sweaty.
I went through
You
a
wear
stage.
PJs?
No.
I went through a stage where
Love PJs.
I call it the Wee Willie Winky. It's like what Ichabod Crane, not Ichabod Crane,
Ebenezer Scrooge.
Ebenezer Scrooge wore. just like a gown.
Oh, yeah, the big shirt dress.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah, I was fat and things around my waist hurt. And so I got one of those to be funny and then realized
Loved
it
it.
was awesome.
You must be great when you walk outside first thing in the morning.
Ebenezer.
But after a while, maybe 6 months, the whole family was like,
Maybe don't do that.
yeah, maybe.
Yeah. No, I'm not big into having separate outfits for nighttime. Shorts and t-shirts are fine.
Plus, his issue with air,
Yeah.
What's
the
that?
breeze getting around.
Oh, yeah, I don't need any breezes. Anybody blowing smoke up there?
Oh, okay.
Man,
Okay.
this has been highly erotic.
That went extreme.
Yeah.
You guys never heard blowing smoke up your butt?
No, never.
Yeah.
Tell us
First
more.
time.
Sure.
You've heard that phrase.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Never
I was
known
about to be
anybody
like, man, I
could do
thought
it,
I
but
lived in an alternate universe. Did we shift timelines where that was no longer a common reference?
He did. He looked so blank, dude. He was like,
I'm like,
really?
wait,
We
what?
should have kept going with that joke.
You could have got me. Well, I mean, like, there have been a bunch of those things where I've said something. Maybe it's more sports related, but you guys are like, I've never heard that before.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, dang it.
I just didn't know how
I
blowing
gotta
smoke
explain
was
it.
happening at night while
Yeah.
you're sleeping.
It's
Never
more when
mind.
you're-
Don't. We don't want to
It's more
know.
when you're walking around. It's more when you're walking around.
Sneaks in.
You get breezes up your butt when you're walking around?
No, I would if I was wearing the thing you were describing.
No, you wouldn't.
The wind's just going to go, whoop.
You're not going to sit on a fan.
Rachel and Andrew have gone disturbingly quiet.
They're like, we're sitting
I
this
got nothing
out.
to say about that particular issue.
One of them has a secret.
Yeah, yeah. But also, I think we're just kind of scaring the millennials here.
I mean, I'm familiar with the concept of a breeze. It doesn't bother me that much.
Yeah, not a fan.
No, it sounds kind of delightful,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that one
Kind
bit.
of why I wear a belt, because you got to make sure there's nothing getting in.
If you're going to blow a breeze
That's
on me
shocking.
anywhere.
That's shocking because you always talk about how sweaty you are.
I know. And
And you don't like air.
Think
well,
you
no, I don't
welcome
like air.
There.
Yeah. I need breezes on my butt.
Did it happen once and it
And he
really
liked it.
affected
No,
you?
it just, I don't
And he
need
liked
that.
it too much.
I don't need any of that nonsense.
This seems whimsical. Shut it down.
Yes. Yes.
Need that
Got
nonsense.
this fan at the end of the bed.
Yeah. No, I just think I sleep with the ceiling fan every night too. I love that.
It's probably not going to hit your
Yeah.
butt.
No, that's the point. Well, I'm under the blankets too, so
Man.
double protection.
This is, I have to tell you, this is, I mean, you're weird, but this is the first, like, real weird thing that you have.
Uh-huh.
What do you mean? Like,
Well, normally
What,
you're
the
very
breeze part?
like, no,
Dude,
you're
it's-
very logical about everything. Everything
Yes,
has a
yeah.
reason. Everything.
Yes.
I mean, this has a reason. It's just
it does.
weird.
Yeah.
It's
It's
a
just
weird,
weird.
reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
It's as close to a phobia.
Like I don't like it. I don't like the whole I don't want the plumber thing because I don't want the air going. "Whoop."
Yeah, it's the closest thing he's ever had to a fear. And it's the weirdest,
It's the weirdest,
strangest possible thing.
It's just a preference. It's not a
Let's
fear.
look
It doesn't
this one
scare
up.
me. I just don't want it.
I have a fear of touching leaves with my pinky finger. It's the worst. Like it's so specific
Wind blowing
and so impractical
on
to happen on any sort of a regular basis that you would live your life around it.
I don't live my life around it. I
You
just,
just
make a
said you
simple-
do. You just said you wear
I
belts
make
every day.
Well, I mean, yeah, because I don't like the pants.
For fear
sagging.
that
Is there a name for it?
There is.
Aerobutophobia.
Get out.
It says, well, there is no specific medical term for the fear of wind
Oh,
blowing
shucks.
on the buttocks.
Oh, I'm shocked there's no specific medical term for
I'm gonna
that.
create one.
It is a specific
gotta be one.
manifestation of, and I can't pronounce it, the extreme fear of wind or drafts.
Yeah, I'm not afraid of wind. Just don't want to blow it up my butt.
Wheeler's revolutionizing the DSM.
He doesn't have a fear, he just has distress of it, which is
It's
the
not even
phobia.
distress. It's just I don't want it.
Are there other things you're afraid of vis-a-vis your butt?
No,
Oh, well,
Oh, nothing.
Just a breeze.
nothing that I've encountered to this point.
no tumblers. Did you guys hear
But
about
your
the guy,
mind is open.
what the guy in prison? What did he smuggle
A
in?
thermos.
Yeah, no, that. Yeah, I would have a fear of that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would have a fear of the thermos
See,
bottom.
that's a reasonable
Yeah,
bottom
right,
fear.
right. Thermos butophobia.
Oh my God, Dave's how is the weather?
Is it breezy?
It's breezy. Only in certain locations.
Bring my belt.
No, I just pictured him screaming,
Right.
for his belt.
Running in the house real quick. Susan.
I almost forgot. Oh, it's windy too.
Dave didn't tell me it was going to be windy.
Susan hit me right on the brown eye.
Woo. Made me jump.
Good luck, Dave.
Is it time?
Yeah, it's time. It's
All right.
past time.
we have two cool fronts on the way. One will come through late tomorrow, nothing really to speak of, and then probably another one about Tuesday of next week. As a result, we're going to get a little bit warmer here because the front that comes through Friday just kind of washes out. But a few clouds around Friday and Friday night, a mix of clouds and sunshine during the day. 78 for the high, 58 Friday night, 81 and sunny on Saturday, 55 Saturday night, Sunday sunny, and 84. Temperatures in the low, maybe mid 80s continue into at least a portion of next week. And already started working on the winter forecast.
Oh, take your time. Take your time.
Dave was like, hurry up with the fall, but yeah, you can delay that winter one if you want.
I saw an expert on tree color on the news. Dave, whether you agree with this or not, but she said that given that we're in a moderate drought, that she doesn't think that the fall colors are going to be great.
It's conflicting information this year because I contend that the key to the fall colors is a wet spring.
Okay.
And we had a wet spring.
Mm-hmm.
Now we are in a moderate to severe drought. So that could make some of these trees just go brown and drop their leaves. However, we did have the wet spring. So the color might be pretty good.
Okay. Hope you're right.
Me too.
Should we just call this one?
I like the idea of Dave Murray being in feuds with other people about
tree color,
about meteorological facts. Well,
yeah,
she thinks she's right about that, but I happen to
No,
contend.
that's okay. I'm glad she feels that way, and that's great. I'm open to all ideas. All ideas.
I wonder if she just felt that pat on the head.
I know. I think it's nice that she thinks she's right, but she's not.
It's cute, really.
It's cute. Yeah.
It's precious.
It's really endearing.
And of course, if we get a lot of breezy weather in the fall,
boy.
the leaves will come down.
Yeah.
There we go.
Had to bring that back.
Just have to stay inside.
We can get you a pair of Spanx.
Yeah, the belt works.
Oh no,
Belt
I don't
works.
want to see that.
I got a lot of
Chip
elastic
plug.
shorts on my, stuff like that. Yeah, so I'm good. We're good.
You know that mouth guard you got? I can make you one that looks like you're whistling all the time.
Say, you better have a second one. I'm not using that one.
We call this one. We call this one the yodeler. Thank you, Dave.
All righty.
Oh man, let me try to tell you about First Missouri Credit Union. I'm just going to go straight to the deal, straight to the thing that's motivating everyone to move at least some of their money from their bank to First Missouri down on Lee May Ferry. And that is the fact that we pay 4.27% on the checking account up to $100,000. So that's a lot of interest and a big number that no one does that. It's usually like $5,000 or $10,000. So people are moving some of their money from banks over to First Missouri and taking advantage of that 4.27%. You're also going to get better rates. In fact, I just got an email from them today that they lowered their auto loan rates. You can also do signature loans. They will make loans on older cars than banks will. It's just a generally more relaxed, cool atmosphere. And if you are not near South County, that's okay. You only have to make one trip. Because of this deal that credit unions have, if you have credit unions around you, you can get that rate, but do all of your sort of banking at the place near you. They'll explain it better than I am. 314-544-5050 or the number one stmocu.org.
Traffic from the MichaelsFlooringOutlet.com Traffic Center.
Oh, we just had a scanner call reporting an accident, I-55 northbound at Imperial, Maine. So use some caution there. Not seeing a slowdown on 55 in that stretch. I am seeing the normal slowdown out of the city, southbound on Highway 55, entering the work zone, headed down to about Carondelet Park. South of there, pretty good run, headed towards Highway 270. The crews briefly had the exits closed from northbound Highway 270 to Highway 64 a few minutes ago, but that is back open, but it's still a little bit of a slowdown there. Southbound on Highway 170, a little more volume headed towards Highway 64, mainly that left lane headed towards 64 and ramping onto eastbound Highway 64. Your other heavier pocket this afternoon is westbound Highway 64 from about Prospect out to Wentzville. We're sponsored by the Woodlands of Arnold Senior Living. I'm Frank Ladd in the MichaelsFlooringOutlet.com Traffic Center.
The Woodlands of Arnold campus offers skilled rehab, a beautiful assisted living community, and a secure memory care to keep your loved ones safe. Check us out at rspseniorliving.com. That's rspseniorliving.com.
Dan owed an unbelievable amount of money to the IRS.
I got behind on my taxes. It's a horrible feeling.
He was in denial.
And when I got those letters from the IRS, you wanted to act like they didn't exist.
Finally, Dan turned to Optima Tax Relief, the leading tax resolution firm. A-plus rated by the Better Business Bureau, they've resolved over $1 billion for their clients.
Optima got me a settlement with the IRS. These people are really people-friendly. It was every bit of a new lease on life for me.
The fast action and the great results made Dan's head spin.
I felt like I was in a dream, but it's real, and I have paperwork to prove it. They got the job done, and life is good.
For tax help you can trust, call Optima now for a free consultation.
If you're worried about what's going to happen with the IRS, stop worrying. Make the call now.
Call 800-348-0269. 800-348-0269. 800-348-0269.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Time to talk about Schnucks and the Schnucks Rewards app. You know, when I really think about it, I think the number one thing I love about the Schnucks Rewards app, besides the fact that I earn 2% cash back on every single thing that I purchase, I mean, that is pretty great. But it's also just the convenience of being able to check the app, see what's on sale this week, start planning my meals from there. I can kind of just see what's going on and then make my plan at that point. It's just really nice to have that convenience right there on my phone. I can check out the weekly ad. I can check out personalized savings or, past things I've purchased at Schnucks and just see, oh, cool, that's on sale. I'm doing chicken this week. Another really great thing that Schnucks is doing, they just created their new bistro case. These are unique restaurant-inspired dishes in the Schnucks deli. Things like blackened salmon, barbecued pulled pork, garlic grilled chicken, some amazing sides. You can combine these and do a meal plate type thing. It's really great any time of the day, whether you need a quick lunch or a big dinner. So stop by the bistro case in the Schnucks deli department and ask a teammate for a sample today.
Red Kingdom is back at FanDuel Sports Network Live in Ballpark Village. See every game on the largest screen in town. Don't forget about the $25 buckets, $5 cocktails, and the best tailgate food around. Grab your friends along with KMOX and huddle up for the games at the best watch party in town. If you can't make it, but don't want to miss a down, listen to the Chiefs on KMOX or KMOX on the Odyssey app. For more info, KMOX.com/events.
Join Mark Patrick seminars and lose the weight or stop smoking guaranteed. That's right, weight loss seminar at the Marriott St. Louis West in St. Louis at 11 a.m. Registration 10:30 a.m. Stop smoking seminar 2 p.m. Registration 1:30 p.m.
Attention, have you racked up $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is notifying consumers about significant debt relief options currently being made available to help those with overwhelming credit card debt. These options may reduce a large portion of credit card debt for those who qualify. You don't need to declare bankruptcy or take out a consolidation loan, and you may only have to pay back a fraction of what you owe, even if you have bad credit. National Debt Relief has already reduced the credit card debt for more than 550,000 consumers, so don't wait. If you owe $10,000, $20,000, or even $100,000 in credit card debt, you can now take advantage of this financial debt relief as the cost of living continues to skyrocket. To check what debt reduction you may qualify for, call 800-207-4545. That's 800-207-4545. Once again, that's 800-207-4545.
Welcome back, guys. DGS 351. Janelle hanging out with us for one more segment. Mike Elam will be here. I know. It's too easy now. It's just too easy. What do I want to talk about? Oh, let's do headlines.
Okay, headlines is brought to you by Schnucks. Reward yourself daily with the Schnucks Rewards app. A couple of breaking headlines here. CNN is reporting that Letitia James, the Attorney General of New York, has been indicted for criminal bank fraud. Apparently, she's been under investigation since May over a 2023 mortgage she took out to help her niece buy a home in Virginia. So that's where she was indicted, Alexandria, Virginia. But yeah, this is a developing story. CNN is the only place I'm seeing confirming it right now.
I'll say this. If Letitia James and James Comey and whoever else is going to be indicted by the Trump administration committed crimes and a jury of their peers find them guilty, they should go to jail or pay a fine, whatever it is. Fair enough. If they are being indicted because President Trump dislikes them, that is a stain on our country.
Speaking of being indicted, there are new federal charges for St. Louis Sheriff Alfred Montgomery. Sean Malone and Michael Calhoun have been talking about this during our news breaks. But 6 weeks after he was indicted on a federal charge for one count of deprivation of rights under color of law, Montgomery has 4 new counts of witness retaliation and 1 count of witness tampering. He's also been placed under house arrest. He's pleading not guilty to all charges. This will be very interesting to see this all play out, and I'm sure KMOX is on the case.
Yeah, my take on this is the guy seems like a complete goofball. He probably should not have that job, but man, they're going after him hard.
Let's do one more story here because we have a little bit of time. Jimmy Kimmel says he would, quote, love to have President Trump on his show. He was talking to Bloomberg reporter Lucas Shaw, who asked Kimmel whether he had invited the FCC chairman or President Trump to appear on his show since returning from his suspension. Jimmy Kimmel said, "Oh, I'll ask him." The White House did not immediately return a request for comment. I got this story from foxnews.com. So I don't know, just maybe that'll happen. That would be must-see TV.
That would be something. Yeah, that'd be something. We talk a lot about legal cases and legalities here, and I want to encourage you to reach out to Mark Cantor and Cantor Injury Law if you believe you may have a personal injury case. I would also encourage you to do it as early as possible because I just went through it with the car crash and the people from the insurance companies didn't know that I have a background in the law. And it was very, very clear that the one side was trying to paint it in a certain way. So you have to be very careful. If it's not just an auto accident, maybe it could be medical malpractice, maybe it could be nursing home abuse, products liability. Just get to a lawyer as quickly as you can.